Today we're going to be drawing some logs like this one right here. That's a nice 22-inch log that'll make great slabs for bar tops.
This is not a dream.
Ready, go!
Just in case. There you go.
And Tim didn't show up, huh? All right, welcome to the Sawmill and Forestry RoundTable. There he is. You ready, Tim? Take it away.
Rick. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sawmill and Forestry Roundtable. This is number 18. It's hard to believe we've already got 18 episodes behind us. Tonight, we have special guests, Dan and Jay from Two Guys Timberframing on YouTube. And the theme for tonight is Mill Your Own Timber Frame, Timberframing Tips and Tricks. And we're going to send it right over to Dan and Jay and let them explain what they do. We also have Craig Quilter with us tonight from the Kilted Sawyer. He is also into timber framing. He's not a special guest. He's one of the panelists. We're glad to have him. All right, Dan and Jay, you want to tell us about your business and what you do?
Sure. Honestly, it's not a business anymore. I'm actually a retired builder for 40 years. And we're building our own homestead up here in Tennessee, or my last homestead. And I got my guy Jay that I've worked with for many, many years on many different things. And what we do is we actually mill some of the biggest giant oak logs on, let's say, the most entry-level mill that you can have. But we do have a lot of tips and tricks of how to use a smaller mill, non-hydraulic, to do a lot of our timber framing stuff. And we don't actually sell lumber. We actually cut everything to build just like this shop here. Everything is, any house that we build is actually done. We've done 100% from our sawmill, from our woods, and we make a multitude of products and have a multitude of tricks to help you guys get along.
I really keep going back to Craig.
I don't know.
He looks Craig, like instead of sitting there, Craig, you look like a deer in the headlights.
I don't know why we keep going back to Craig either.
He's not us.
Well, go on back to Craig for just a second. Craig can explain what he does.
I do a lot of conventional framing with trusses that the trusses usually require some steel bracketry of some sort, either on the exterior or internally. So sometimes the brackets will be hidden inside the wood. Sometimes they're on the exterior. Usually that's because the wood out here is not strong enough to hold all the snow loads usually.
We're only saying the chat.
Yep. But it's timber framing, but a different method.
All right, so you guys that's in our audience tonight, feel free to throw questions up there about timber framing. Tonight's is going to be all about timber framing, and Dan and Jay have actually done some modifications to their mill so that you can cut timber frames. Is that correct?
Let's say I've done modifications to perfect and speed up what we've actually done, and nothing more than I haven't shown, in any of my videos. But I do have the equipment to load the big logs. I do have, the biggest thing that we've actually done to our place is actually the winch system that we built and the timber frame structure that I have that's able to hold the weight of the logs that we use. So the biggest upgrade I'd say is actually the number one would be the width system. It just saves our back. We don't. I mean, I have PVs. Don't get me wrong, but I don't use them. And really, a laser system. The laser system.
And you make jigs for to make it easier to use the mill as it is. It's actually not modifying the mill, but we put a jig on the system to do the knee
Correct.
braces, so we can actually cut
Correct.
the tenons and everything and do multiples and things like that. And
So we do cut tons of joinery. We just don't cut logs. We just don't cut slices of wood. I mean, yes, we do all that, but you know, the multitude of things that we do with the lasers, with the jigs, it's all to actually get our timbers as straight as we possibly can. And we've shown
and having 4 eyes is crucial.
having 4 eyes is crucial. Don't get me wrong, we run into a couple of posts, but hey.
6 if I'm wearing my glasses, but I try not to wear them.
Well, I've done a little bit of it, and the stuff I've done where I've been using my mill, I would love to have another set of eyes from another position, so I knew
There's no doubt. I mean, Jason and I actually work on both sides of the mill. I stay on my side, he's got his jobs on his side, and by us working together, and yes, having the 4 eyes, there's no doubt. Even if it's 3.
He puts all the hard stuff on my side of the mill, though. So,
I do the stuff, jagging of the log,
that's all me.
That kind of stuff. I might pull out my tape measure and look at the laser, but I do hook up the winch.
You guys aren't
Okay,
lifting
so-
light stuff either.
I
We've
didn't hear
already
that.
started to get.
You guys aren't lifting light logs either.
We're not lifting light logs. I mean, daily we'll put, 4,500 pound logs on. And buddy, we have no hydraulics. You see that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I honestly bought this mill when I retired. I'm like, hey, I'm going to hobby farm. I'm going to work in my shop. And next thing I know, we're building 12,000 square feet of timber frame.
And I'm in Tennessee. How'd that happen? Yeah, how'd that happen?
So,
That's awesome, though. It's awesome. It's good to watch.
Oh, good.
well, thank you.
Dan and Jay, there's a question up there for you. What is the best log used for timber framing?
It depends on a lot of things, yeah.
It does depend on a lot of things. I mean, most guys, I'm going to tell you, are going to use pine or, Douglas fir. As far as the pine family is going to be the best. I have none of those on my property. Everything we have is old growth hardwood. So I have 154 acres here that we will have an endless supply of giant logs, pin oaks, hickories, chestnut oaks, white oaks, red oaks. So that's what I deal with here. And I'm just using everything that we have, but we're able to make everything from that, from the flooring to the pegs, to the frame, to my siding. I mean, nothing that I cut goes to anyone else. As I'm actually trimming down my beams, I'm actually cutting off 1-inch boards. Now, I don't buy plywood for the top of mine. I'll run them through our machines and we'll T&G them, and I'll have oak T&G for my roof sheathing. I mean, nobody has that. It's just very strong. And I like to do everything, let's say, homestead-wise. I don't like to buy anything. We buy a lot of tools and stuff, but I don't like to buy anything.
Except when I break them, he's got to buy them.
Yeah, well, hey.
I mean, if you're going to pick one wood, though, right? Like, to me, like white oak, if it's a hardwood, is
White
really kind of, I mean, if you've got the tools and the equipment to move that
Yes.
around and you can get it, it's bug, it's
best.
impervious to bugs, it's straighter.
He's-
but then again, a lot of it, like hickory.
He's straight up. This year we dove into a bunch of pin oak,
Oh, that's good.
some monster pin oak, and it's beautiful, beautiful.
Overkill on your projects and materials is always
Yes,
Absolutely.
my engineer tells me to do
Yeah.
an 8x12, and we're doing a 10x14 just
There you go.
because.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a lot easier doing most of the cuts, as most people know. I mean, on pine or Douglas fir. I mean, you're going to, it's going to be a lot easier on the equipment. Cuts are going to be faster, but I mean, there's nothing like that. You get that piece of hard. You get addicted to hardwood. I'm going to be honest.
You
I
do.
mean, you do. So,
And honestly, you could beat it with a sledgehammer, and you don't got to worry about
does.
dents. So it lasts a little bit longer. It's got its issues. Don't get me wrong. Depending on where the oak is, it could be twisted. It could be, you're going to get cracks. There's a 3-year-old building right here I don't know if we can actually see it, but there's some cracks and stuff up here in the wood. That's how oak checks out. And it needs to be center cut. I mean, that's the key.
It's wood.
It's wood. Yeah,
wood.
exactly.
It's wood,
Yeah.
my friend. I mean, if you got the pith and you're cutting it right in half, no, not happening. It's going to blow out. Oak just blows
I'm
out.
just opposite with you. I'm softwoods out here, nothing but softwoods.
I know.
Hey guys,
What
can I
we do,
interrupt
keep
just
up your
for a
beans.
second? Can I interrupt just for a second?
Sure you can.
I want to welcome people that's coming in here. I just, we want to acknowledge people that come in. Appalachian Farmstead, welcome.
George,
Major
My
Pigs
buddy
Channel.
Mike.
Caitlin Champion, welcome. We got Jim Alner from the Philippines. Hello, Jim. Rick Seeley, Middlefield Custom Sawmill.
Hey,
Welcome.
George.
Come on, Craig.
John.
There's your man. You wanted him. There he
Hi,
is.
boy, John.
He loved you, George.
George is my man.
Bissell Maple Farms, welcome.
Drive safe, Nate.
Very good buddy of mine, too. We did the Timberframe Sugar Shack at Bunyan, and we both have a booth again together this year.
you go.
We're gonna build some cool stuff right there live.
You guys have a project in mind, or can you say?
We do have a project in mind. We didn't get the final plans on, but we're gonna actually use one of my. We made a video today of the dovetail jigs that we just
George
got
gonna
for
provide any
dovetail
materials?
Is George going to provide materials? I
Yes.
hope so.
I know George provides the labor on cutting us the beams. I promise you that. I think Nate is probably going to drop them off the pine. Those boys work together. They've been in quite a few videos together. So, very good.
Hello,
guys.
Hello, James Voss from Lynn, Missouri.
Hello,
Welcome.
James.
Graham Ditchfield, welcome to the show, guys.
Welcome, Graham.
So Dan, before we get too wrapped up into everything, we have a little surprise for you guys. John Chapman, which was on here last month, he does. He's a big tech guy. He makes web pages and stuff.
Yes.
And he just texted me and said that he's made you guys, or he's in the works of making you a website.
Wow.
Okay.
It is two guys timberframing.com. So he's just starting on it, so it's in the making, and he's doing. But I'm sure if you want to contact him and give him some stuff of what you guys do or whatever, he can get that website going for you. He's the one that did ours here for the Sawmill and Forestry RoundTable. And if you guys get a chance, go check that out. It's forestry and roundtable.com. Check out our new webpage John created for us. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, guys. I just wanted to jump in there a second.
Love it.
Now you're going to have to hit me with where you want to go with the segment, guys.
Well,
With the what?
here's where we want to go, right here.
All right, so Dan, get a chance there. Just take your cell phone and type in twoguystimberframing.com. The site's already up. Take a look at it real quick. I think it's pretty cool. I just brought it up.
Are we doing this live right now?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I just brought it up. It's already on.
All right. I'm not as
Kenbeck
quick as
Life
you.
and Craft. Welcome to the show, guys. Zach, I'm going to chop up this last name. McTeague, I guess.
I'm slower
welcome to
than
the show. Let's see. Dovetail Cabin Tools. Welcome to the show, guys.
Jared, my friend. That's the guy I just told you about. He makes the
Grab. Hang on.
he
just a
makes
sec.
the dovetail
This
jigs.
is worth a pause for a moment. We just had some fun
And
today.
we did just have some fun today with these. And
Okay. Perfect. Yeah.
we'll get down to it, but he's a good man and he made a beautiful product.
Yeah. Matter of fact, John Chapman, you guys are on the Sawmill and Lumber forum. That's his forum.
Okay.
Dan.
I guess we'll
So
get
that's
to
the
you,
one-
buddy.
That's the
that's
one that.
Sawmillsandlumber.com.
Yeah, he's the one that built the website for you guys.
Very cool.
If if any of our audience here has a sawmill that you are open to saw for the public, or you have wood to sell, go to sawmillsandlumber.com and register your sawmill and your address. This is the website that's launched, and we're going to try to grow this website where the public can come into this website and find a sawyer close to them. And we're kind of excited about this website. It's been up and running for a couple of years. But if you have anything to do with sawmilling, kilns, planing wood, go ahead and go to sawmillsandlumber.com and register your equipment if you're open to the public. This is a great website, and we're going to try to grow it so that we can get public awareness on it.
That's a great idea.
And even if you're not selling, you know what I mean, stuff to the public, go on there and register your sawmill.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
just say that you'll buy logs, or you'll, you know what I mean, or you're looking to kiln dry some stuff, or you need.
Well, he
you need
also
some
has
help with
kiln
your
drying.
sawmill, you know,
He's got kiln drying and other things on there too, John.
yeah.
Yeah,
if
he
you have
told
a
us today
sawmill,
he's got
you should be on
19
that,
kilns, 19 kilns registered on that website now.
Right.
So Dan, did you find your website on the phone?
Yeah, I'm actually trying to get back to a couple of guys that are hitting me up here too, fellas. I didn't know I was going to be the only stage member.
Hello, Joe Main.
So, Mike Held, welcome to the channel. Chris, out of the woods, welcome. Joe, welcome to you.
What am I supposed to do with
Good
this?
group of people showing up. Well, you don't
Oh,
have to
absolutely.
do it right now.
I just noticed the hat that Craig has on.
Just the way he said
Rick, you want to read
So-
this one here? I don't want to chop it up too bad.
Which one?
It's up on the screen.
Read it.
Now,
Yeah, the name.
Sharik.
Sharik Gadd is one of my guys as well. He's been
Is
running
that?
some of my
Okay.
carbides. He's learning how to
All
timber
right.
frame, and he's in the project right now. Thank you, Sharik,
Awesome.
for showing up, my friend. He's also got a YouTube channel. You need to
Awesome.
just check it out.
Awesome. If you
I've
guys
got
are
a-
on the, go ahead.
I've got a question on timber framing. I don't know. That's why I want to ask. In North Carolina, I know what it is. What's your process in different parts of the country of getting approval through your county permitting? Here in North Carolina, you can't just build a timber frame. You have to have an engineered print. And if the engineer says, you want to build it out of white pine and he tells you the dimensions, you're done. You can build whatever you want to build. The county can't bother you.
Correct. So actually, almost everywhere we built, Tennessee is beautiful for their permits. I don't want to say it. I mean, he saw my foundation and offered me a job that day, and I said, hell no, my friend. But the standard procedure for that is just exactly what you said. When you do a timber frame, there's several timber frame engineers throughout the country. You get your frame engineered. What happens is it overrides anything that the county does permit level.
Yep.
And the reason is that all of the IBC codes are actually,
Why did we get Craig up there?
I don't know why Craig's there.
I don't know. He keeps coming up
Keeps
every time.
popping up.
But all of the codes are really based
I'm
on
doing
conventional framing, and we're not doing that. So they don't have the knowledge. 90% of the inspectors come and just shake their head when they see what's going on here. But your engineer stamp really rides right over
That
it.
don't work.
Certain
It's not in their code
places,
book. They can't do anything with it.
well, certain places you might have to get your wood graded. Honestly, 99% of the plans that I'm doing here on my place are engineered for pine. Once I put oak on it, I'm 10 times as strong. Means nothing. So it is a little bit of hoops, but it's not really impossible.
Well, that's what we normally tell our customers if they're wanting to use some of their timber or mine in their house is, look, before you get your plans to the building inspector, have your engineer draw in what you want to use for as raw product. And once it's on that plan, You put it in the house. They won't bother you. They can't. bother you.
They will not bother you. Actually, when I first moved here in my first, this particular frame here I got a permit for, and I just drew up the plans. I met with them, told them what I wanted to do, because there's a regulation in our counties, and which are in most counties, is that you can't use rough cut lumber in a house. Well, this is what will override it by doing timber framing or some sort of cabin, log cabin, dovetail cabin, any of that.
Yeah, we're the same way in North Carolina. You can't use any of the product I produce in your house unless you're building a house and you're the contractor.
That gets different too, and I'm always the builder anyway. The homeowner builder, so whatever happens, happens. You know, it's hard. With a homeowner, you actually have more rights than you do as a contractor.
But I always tell them to go through your engineer, whatever you want.
Yes.
Have them put it on the plans.
Yes.
You're safeguarded.
Yes. And you're right. I mean, why would you not? You know, is it an expense? It's an expense, but there's expenses everywhere dealing with this.
I'm currently building my house right now in South Mississippi, and the if you're building out a rough cut, just regular framing lumber, of course, not timber frame, you have to use full size wood. So I mean, a full 2x6 is what my house is framed in, and that's the way it goes here.
And they didn't make you grade it.
No.
Certain places in the country, you know, I think where you guys live, Eric, you're up north, so you're out of it. You go down into Asheville or somewhere down there, you might have a problem with inspectors, you know. I've heard of people in more populated areas or more regulated areas, let's say.
Yeah, that's a nice way of saying it.
Yeah, that's the only way I could. Don't
Look
steal.
at there. John's gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, John. Appreciate you doing that.
Awesome.
So, Craig, you saw all softwood for your timbers. What? It's Douglas fir, right? Or is it spruce?
Spruce. Engelmann spruce is what I use out here.
And it's pretty much dried, but when you get it, right?
Yeah, it's very dry, under 20%.
Yeah, that's just
Beautiful. It's ready to go.
Yeah,
That's just cheap.
Absolutely.
That's cheap. I know. Look outside here. It's been pouring rain all day long, all week long.
Yeah. I've had wood in my kiln for a week now, and it's still down to 20%.
No. Mine takes longer, my friend. I saw your kiln. It's beautiful.
Thank you, man. A lot of hard work went into that.
I know. All of it is, my friend.
That's about the way it is here. We do and ask later.
Yeah.
I get it.
I always tell people you can play dumb once.
Yeah.
Until your flooring shrinks, and then you're actually, what do you do with all the change that's stuck in the gaps?
It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yes, indeed.
Well, that's in the permit stage. I don't know about your flooring stage, but the permit stage.
Now,
Well, John, what you got going on?
What do I got going
timbers
on?
that you're using, Dan, the timbers
I
you're
always
using to,
recommend people go to the building department and just tell them what you're wanting to do. You know, if you're building a house, you're not going to take any shortcuts. You're not going to get around the permitting department because you'll never get your power.
Occupancy.
Correct.
Just, get your ducks in a row, know what's legal in your area, and then walk in there and tell them, hey, this is what I'm going to do. What's the problem spots? And go ahead and handle them before you break ground.
You're darn right. I do it before I finish my plan. I make best friends with the building inspector. The rest of them is just in the right way.
Yeah.
Dan can be very friendly.
I can be friendly.
And it
Is
works.
that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, depends on the day.
You never know. If I'm one, so I'm friendly as heck.
Is that friendly or friendly in quotes? So,
I did not want to go there.
You could go there. They know.
Oh my goodness.
He's good at getting
Oh,
what he wants.
Steve, Sawbucks.
Dang it.
Dan, the timber framing lumber that you use, what do you try to get it down to in moisture content before you build with it?
You know, guys, I don't care what you do with it. When you got an 8x12, it's going to take 8 years to dry unless you're going to kiln dry it, and that's just not how it's done. So what I do is we actually cut the lumber. We'll take our big lumber. I don't actually measure what I have. We'll peel off everything. I'll make them into giant cans. We'll store them for a month or two, maybe 3 outside, depending what's up. And as the project's going along, I mean, honestly, now I've got wood sitting out there 5 months that is ready to go. Now you measure the beam on the outside, you're going to be at, 16, 18%, but the middle's going to be wet. I don't care what you do. So in timber framing, just like our old forefathers, they cut a tree down. They didn't wait. They put it together. So by doing different joinery techniques and different pegging techniques, depending on the wood that you're using, oak doesn't shrink as much as some others. I mean, it does. It twists and bows a little bit, but if I cut a piece of poplar, I mean, I'm losing 3/4 to an inch on a 12-inch piece. On a piece of oak, I'm only going to lose an eighth, 16, maybe, something like that. So we dry them, and then we bring them back up on the mill when we're ready to pick out our beams. Like, these are the beams I'm going to use. I need an 8x12 out of it. We'll slice all the wood off of it and store that for our plywood or flooring or whatever multitude of projects we have going on. And from there,
I tried to sell some to a couple of our local timber framers, particularly white pine when I get in a bunch of it, and they won't buy it unless they got a project that day because they want it green.
They want it green because my friend here
green. They're going to cut the tenons green. They're going to build the bits green, and then they're going to stand up and let it dry in place.
If you've actually taken a piece that's 2-3 years old, and you take a piece of hickory we've got out here, and you try to chisel a pocket in there, you're gonna break your arm. So yes, for timber framing, it's much easier for us to work with our machinery through oak. Peeling it off green, cutting our mortise pockets, cutting our tenons, and then we actually did a video today of how we seal the ends of it. So every piece of the joinery that we do, we're actually waxing the ends because we're trying to slow down the process. We're not trying to speed it up. We're not trying to put it in the kiln and crack it, bend it.
Right.
So you put the frame together wet. As it dries, this thing is going to tighten. Exactly. You know, guys, lumber doesn't shrink in this direction. It only shrinks in this way. So my frames stay square because you're building girders that are going to stay the same size. I mean, if I actually took my camera up here, I could show you where the pockets are going to loosen up just a little bit. But with the pegs and how you draw bore your systems together, as it's drying, it's going to tighten.
Well, that's the beauty of a timber frame. It's not like putting up molding. You put it together tight when it's green, and when it dries, it opens a little bit. That's the character of it.
That's the character.
Then you put up molding.
Correct.
Oh, no, just kidding.
Yeah,
we don't do molding. Yeah.
Where do you think molding came from?
Are you painting?
Rough cut lumber. That's why, because it shrinks.
It shrinks. Now, certain projects, the project we're doing now, this is just stuff right off our mill. Now, by using carbide blades, when we're cutting our final cut, I cut with carbides all the time. I mean, I'm not even messing around. That's just the way it is. It comes out smooth. I don't have to plane my beams. I'm happy with the way it gets, how it comes right off the mill.
And I'm glad about that because
it was a pain. Yeah. We used to hand plane everything with a 58-pound hand plane. Well, he did. I don't even know how to use that thing. But to the point where you'd want to get a planer to put on your sawmill. They make the planer where you could actually cut. You can come across the top and you plane it. I like to do my stuff rustic. So by cutting with the carbide blades, everything's flat. I don't have waves in my giant beams, so which cause problems when you're making joinery. You know, you want to put a knee brace in, I got a wave in the board. Now I've got to manipulate that knee brace to fit that wave. Hopefully that makes sense. But
I can see Craig out there cutting 36-foot beams and planing them.
Yeah. I mean, it happens, and a lot of guys do. I mean, you could actually, you see a lot of these timber frames, and everybody's putting them together, and the joinery is completely perfect. you need to go back 10 years later. I mean, the joinery's still perfect, but everything shrunk. It moved a little bit. Sometimes when we're putting floor joists in, and maybe for a second floor, I'm gonna let those things dry 3, 4, 5 months as they're in place. You're gonna tell me you guys don't have logs that crown? I mean, that's what happens. So then we'll go across again, and then we'll line up and we'll plane everything so that our flooring is gonna be smooth on top. But it's a timber frame, so you need to manipulate a little bit of unlevelness, let's say.
Well, it's definitely a whole lot easier than log construction. If you've ever watched somebody build a log home,
Yes.
They build in an inch or two of compression in that house, in the doors, in the windows, and everything.
Everything. If I took, go ahead.
No, coming soon. Go ahead.
Coming soon. We just did a video on that today too, as well. How that shrinks, how to put a dovetail cabin together. I mean, pretty simple. But yes, in a timber frame, the same. If I was, and we're doing one here, let's say I wanted to put a window trapezoidally or a window completely between two timber frame beams, you can't just take your window, mount it to the timber frame. I don't want to say it. I mean, this stuff twists as time goes on. I mean, I can tell, like, we'll paint an edge around it 5 years later. I come back and, that beam has moved, maybe 3/4 of an inch. That's going to crush your window. So there's a technique of putting, I want to say like foam. Let's call it chinking for like a dovetail cabin. And you got foam in there that's actually going to help with the
Some
compression.
forgiveness.
The forgiveness.
You need it.
Craig. There you go, buddy. Forgiveness. We all need forgiveness.
Somebody noticed Sawdust a cat.
Yes, it is. Sawdust is always here.
Always there. We could be running the mill, giant beam, jumps up on the motor and just rides it out. I mean, this is a stray cat that showed up. We just thinking she's living her best life, and we're doing it.
She's not right, so she fits in perfectly here. She's a little bit wonky. Yeah, Sawdust, right?
It's Sawdust the cat.
Yeah.
Alan Vincent.
So on your timber frames, what do you use for outside sheathing on the outside of the walls?
So like on a timber frame, you're normally going to put a frame around. I know a bunch of people say the only thing you can do is use SIPs. I've never done that in my life. We just put a conventional frame. You're almost like balloon framing around it just to hold your sheathing. Me, I try not to buy plywood. I keep telling you I'll use 3/4 inch oak. And then I'll finish, the last house we made poplar siding to go over it. So it's really the same. So you could use rough cut lumber to go over your timber frame, to actually go around your timber frame if that's what you want to do, because it's actually not even a structural element of it.
We've got some really nice plywood.
We do
One ply.
We do have some nice
3/4 inch
plywood.
oak to put on. Yeah, that's a pretty nice roofing substrate. So.
I mean, we made our cabinets in the last house, and it was just all cut-offs of things that we did. Every one of my cabinets is made out of 3/4 inch oak pieces, and they weigh about 1,000 pounds a piece. You're like, holy
Wow.
Yeah, there's no particle board.
No. No.
Wow.
That's awesome.
No OSB at Dan's place.
No, sir.
No waste, my friend. We had a couple of, what do we have? A little bit of black walnut. I didn't know what to do. A friend of mine asked for some pegs, so we made him a whole bunch of pegs out of that.
Attaboy.
Attaboy.
You guys should show him.
Attaboy.
We didn't want your timber screws to go uncovered with pegs.
No, I wanted quality, so I asked you.
I know. I said at that thing, maybe you could take a piece of white oak from the store. There you go, buddy. We're halfway through.
There
Those
you
are
go.
your pegs. They came out so nice. I'm taking half of them myself, and we're going to use them on the Bunyan show.
Very
Looks like a
good.
piece of furniture.
It is
Awesome.
furniture.
Are they going to end
So-
up 1.25 or inch?
No, 1 inch on the nose, 55.4 centimeters. One of those numbers, my friend. The wood owl drill bit.
Dan, when is the Bunyan show this year?
I think it's
Any idea?
well, I know it's the first week in October. I want to call it like the 3rd or 4th. It's pretty early.
Third or fourth?
Yeah, it's the first weekend
Okay.
of October.
Yes.
First
We
week
didn't
in
get to
October,
that.
okay.
Yeah, thanks, Alan. That hickory flooring, man, that was something. That actually it made me a little teary-eyed. I'm not gonna lie.
It is.
It came out really nice.
is beautiful wood to work with. I'm sure Eric and Matthew, you guys got to get a lot of hickory over by you.
Yeah,
Hard.
all that right there behind us is hickory.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you know,
I
man.
knew it, boys.
That's what we got to do this week is run all that for T&G's wall boards.
It's hard. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love
It's
it.
a great wood, though. It'll ruin your blades, but it's good. That's why we use carbide, because you got it. Oh man.
Yeah, all our winding molding tools are insert carbide.
Okay, yeah. So you know.
You're not gonna run high speed steel on that hickory for long.
No, not for two. You get wavy and you know what you got to deal. Then you're planing before you put it in your machine.
Yeah.
I've seen your machine.
It's nice wood, though, man. It is nice.
Yeah.
Wood.
Yeah. You can come down and help feed it one day.
All right.
So what, you guys want to swap? Because I'll let you run it through the Woodmaster. It might be a little different.
That's the kind of finish I expect out of our winding.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's just short of a sanded finish. It's excellent for wall.
It
If
won't.
if you're doing furniture grade, you're gonna need to sand it. But for putting on a wall, that's
I
what
don't.
want.
I don't sand it when we put it on the wall either. We make nothing but wall cladding as well. All the insides of the timber frames or something. If I get a piece of cherry, I like it. We get some cedar. I don't have a bunch of it on my property, but I
that's
kind of
extra
try to make deals.
piece of
together.
walnut.
You guys
That
are
is
very
walnut.
close to the shop. We have a very similar shop. You have just different color machinery. Right down to just blowing the dust right outside in a pile, my friend. No messing with that.
Yeah.
Well, that makes it so much easier.
I know.
One day I want to have a bin to put it in to separate it, but it's not today.
No, I'm actually just leveling out property with it. I could care less. It's soft to work on out by the mill. We're outside.
I got a gully. I dump it in. We're turning it into dirt.
There you go.
Be
Yeah,
good topsoil.
we use it for padding on the assembly table, so we put it all around
do.
the assembly table, so you're dealing with that weight. It helps on your feet and your back and everything.
It's easy to level
yeah.
out. I've got it perfectly leveled, 4 feet of it right around my mill. Keeps your toes nice and soft all day long.
He ain't got to walk that much anymore.
Well, he's
All
got
right, guys,
two.
we got
I still
a, got a
got
question up there.
I get to ride the stool.
Not me.
I
got
don't,
a
George.
question.
I do not use carbide blades in my plane. Actually, am I lying? I don't know.
I don't
You know
know.
what those are?
Which one?
When you get a helical head, you know what? You always come up with the hard questions, George.
Oh, so on the
You know what? I believe that a helical head would be a carbide bits.
Yes.
I
So
have
yes,
one.
I have several planers that are different.
Yeah, I've got a helical head on my Grizzly. It's a great roughing planer, but if you're wanting a smooth finish, don't buy it.
Yeah.
Best thing to do is buy two, use the helical head to get it sized down, and then save a pass on both sides with the regular blade planer to get the superb finish.
I got you.
We have pretty good luck on. I mean, we have good luck on. I think on the Woodmaster. It's a
Oh,
little
no,
bit.
we're running
it's a
either
big-
right. Once you get to bigger, we're gonna light this up here soon, but I've got this industrial 3-phase bad boy that you could drop anything in you want, and it's coming out the other end. But the Woodmaster, I'll do 3/4 inch product. Cedar comes out amazing. I just drop it off the mill. We're gonna, after we dry it, I'm gonna run it through my rip saw, get everything perfectly straight, drop it through there. We plane, cut 3 sides, 1 pass, and it's beautiful.
I have the 721 with the Super Pro pack, and I like it.
I'm the 25, so I'm just a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I got the helical head. I mean, it does a fairly decent job. The
It
drier
does.
your wood is, the better it turns out.
Correct.
I experience a little bit of striping every now and then, but if
mine-
it's wet,
I haven't found a machine with the 4 inches on the end you're planning on cutting off.
right.
I don't,
you
I don't
might get.
buy- we don't fight the snipe, we just end up with the line, the length of it, because the little carbide cutters, if they're a 10,000th off, you're going to get a line across.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about with the striping. It'll be, some boards do it, some boards don't, but I have noticed with the dryer boards, they tend to do. You don't have any tear out or nothing, but I do mostly pine. Most of y'all know, and it's around the knots and stuff that usually when it grain changes or whatever, that's when you get that tear out.
If we're running rustic hickory flooring, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there's some points where we get tear out with our, the way the Woodmaster runs. I mean, you're really running two routers on the edge.
Right. That's part of the game, right?
It's part of the
and
game.
you lose some teeth. You get to hit those knots sometimes. I mean, running walnut or hickory through there. If that
one bad piece too, you get that way. That's why we're using carbides to cut it flat. You get one little wavy board, you're just plowing through. You're like dancing, making flooring. Next thing you know, you're changing, blades because something happened.
Yeah. Can I ask you another timber framing question? It popped up here a minute ago, and I had the same question. What's a good rule of thumb for figuring out your posts, your spans? Whether you need 6x6s, 8x8s, 8x12s. Is there kind of a formula you're using?
You start by 18 by 18.
Yeah.
And then you go down from there.
Whatever it is, it's bigger because when we look at it, I'm like, beefier's better. That's all I could say.
There's calculators out
There's
there.
definitely calculators out there. I mean, it's hard for me to just go through a list of what the spans would be. Every piece of wood is going to have a different span. Every size is going to have a different span. I mean, by the
engineers have their book.
Yeah.
There's actually books everywhere that gives you common timber frame sizes, by species of wood.
So you could actually engineer your own one, take it to your engineer and have him sign off on it or make any changes.
We're going to charge you the same, so you could do a whole bunch of reading or you could just send it to him. And then after a while, you're like, hey, I don't have a problem with an 8x12, running 16 feet. You build yourself a shed.
Can you put the comment from Dave Malarkey back up?
I missed that?
Which one, Andy?
David Malarkey right there.
Okay.
Oops.
Sorry.
There we go.
Go ahead.
So this is basically saying codes gives you prescriptive methods. Is that basically saying that you can, if you're within code on this, you can substitute an engineer's specs? When do you need an engineer to approve?
You need an engineer because I don't want to say 100%, but all of the places that I've worked, which is in several different states, they follow a code of building that's conventional framing, and timber framing is just not that.
Right.
So, and they're not trained to come out and inspect timber frames. They might be able to read the plan and go, all right, he put a joint together. He's never going to know if that joint is tight or right.
Yeah, you can't substitute a 4x12 for two 2x12 pine pieces of wood without an engineer stamping it on the plan.
I wouldn't.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, we design our own stuff and we
kick it out. Yeah. We had a customer deal with that. He had an 8x12 pecan spanning 5 feet. They made him tear it down because it wasn't on the plans.
You got to be nice to the building
inspector.
That's right.
So, guys, Jeremy Nunn here has a question. What's the highest timber in the Jinka scale in America, you think?
Oh, is
Anybody?
that in America? It's going to...
Yeah,
it's going to be a hickory.
Black walnut?
I think hickory's harder.
I don't know where pecan
is. Neil, you want to kick in on this one?
You didn't tell me there's going to be engineers on this program.
Live oak's pretty tough.
Thomas
Yeah,
would
live
be
oak's
telling
pretty
us.
tough.
This is great. I'm having flashbacks to high school where I didn't pass math classes, tests, yeah, I can't remember. I mean, because I know you get up there and there's some, some of the exotic woods get really hard and they jump way above. You think, oak and stuff, that's super hard, but then you look at it and it's like there's stuff way up there. I'm like, I don't even know what kind of blade. Cutting it with a laser.
Yeah, With all
Google's
the
going to tell
phones you got over there, somebody can't answer that question?
Google's going to tell you it's probably
Yep.
hickory at 1800.
Hickory.
Yeah.
But
I can tell you
and
it's
I don't
hard.
know, and I don't know why they say that, because maybe it's because Osage orange isn't a native wood, but Osage orange is like 3,600 on the Jenkins scale.
Somebody
And it
somebody
goes in
said
North
something about
America.
sweet gum.
Yeah.
That whole wall is sweet gum.
It's a nice looking wood.
That's my buddy Alan. He's asking. He's always got good stuff to say. To be honest, I never cut sweet gum. I might have by mistake once, and some of it come out beautiful. And I was watching a video you guys had of kiln drying it not too long ago. And
Just
It
don't
looked
cut
beautiful.
any naughty sweet gum when you get up to where the limbs start. Just throw it away. There where there's not, it'll just.
No good, huh?
I've got heads of trees all over my property
It
everywhere.
reminds me of sycamore. Sycamore do the same thing. Anywhere there's not,
Cedar.
I got you.
but yeah,
Oh,
sweet gum.
hello there, Burnt Church. Welcome to
Beautiful.
the show.
Just no good outside.
Got to get it in there when I can.
Right here, he just said, my buddy Rob Bieber from Connecticut Life, he says, we have a shelter institute here in Maine, and they all have engineers that give you a sheet of paper on every post or every beam that's needed. So without the experience, that's a route that you can go as well. I just don't try to give people beam sizes. Their building falls down and
I mean, you do get an idea though when you start in. You sort of, once you're in it for a while, you kind of know just, logically in your brain. Okay, well, this is going to be roughly this size, and then we engineer it, even if we know. So we design our own stuff, but then we still just always safer. Plus, I'm really bad at math. Bad.
So that goes back to the old saying, what you know is what you know.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know math. So.
All right,
I
guys,
do
trying to
the
give you a
layout.
compliment, but you keep bashing yourself.
Well, that's okay. That's true, though. That's true.
It's true.
That's true.
I do the layout. He plunges the holes.
Yep.
Lilacs,
All right.
2350, somebody says.
I looked up sweet gum. Sweet gum's at only like 850. Hard maple's at 1450. So according to Jenka, sweet gum's not very hard.
It's about like a sugar maple almost, where it's a
Yes.
little bit softer, but it's
It's
Pretty
hard
good.
enough you can walk
Yeah.
on it.
Just because that scale doesn't say that it's that difficult on a sawmill to get done.
Well,
Yeah.
and a maple around here, you can have a medium hard, and then you can have a rock hard, and
Ro-
and you never know till you cut it open.
We have a hickory here that I had to yank off after we skinned it. I was like, oh my God, it's like concrete.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I mean, even a brand new carbide blade, it went through it, but it came out wavy. I'm like, there's no way we're making a beam out of this thing.
You ever cut any Osage orange?
I haven't. We cut what's native to me, what I have the majority on the property, and honestly, what I'm cutting down, I'm walking around my forest looking for timber beams. I just don't have at it. I pick every tree that I want to use.
Is there a particular tree that grows on your property you don't like to saw?
Well,
Yeah, the mess getting to the tree I want.
whatever tree's in the
top,
way.
I honestly, guys, I drop a tree, I take my log, I have got crotch pieces, I have got pieces of beautiful lumber all over. I can't get a kid to. I have more firewood. We could burn Tennessee down. I can't get anybody to package it. I made a deal with them at like a 7-Eleven. I'm like, I got 1,000 packages a week. I can't get you to do that for $4. I'm like, whatever.
$4.
That's what I mean, $4 a pack, 3 pieces. I just put them in a pile. It turned into be I just get rid of my stuff. I've always got a burn pile going when we're milling. As soon as it comes off the mill, it's right in the fire. It's gone by morning.
You're already touching it so many times. I've got to tell myself, when am I done touching it?
Yeah. Well, I've waited 2 years. I'm like, hey, cut every slab. We'll make siding. We'll do this. We'll do that. Next thing you know, you're like, I have got 20 miles of all this crap laying around, and I can't get my logs in that I want. So,
kind of a good problem to have.
It's a good problem to have.
I guess it's a good problem, but it's still work to get rid of it. I know you just bought a chipper. I'm like, I already got enough chips.
Timothy, I have to agree with you. Black locust is extremely hard on the Jenko.
Oh, yeah.
Also welcome to the show tonight.
Was out of the woods said persimmons? What's persimmon? I don't even know what that is. That sounds terrible.
That's a southern species. It's kind of an orange, rock hard maple. Beautiful.
Okay. So that was high on the scale too then.
Yeah.
So what, Mr. Major Picks, John Picks, you said here that I've chain milled a whole bunch of Osage. Is that hard? I've never done it.
Osage orange? Yep. It's like cutting concrete blocks.
I mean, this is my buddy from Oklahoma, gets the best cedar in the planet. Why are you cutting that? What do we do with it?
I guess we're going to have to do that.
Why are you cutting it?
What are you
Because
doing?
it's red?
Have any of you guys run into any restrictions on a specific timber for timber frame?
No. You could build it out. You could build it out of almost any wood. I mean, if you don't get completely ridiculous, with lengths and things like that. The biggest thing with timber framing that I find is that everything that we design, I'm like, I need 22-foot beams for everything. So, I lose, I want to say 25%, but it's probably close to 33% by the time I've cut them, I've dried them. Now I'm looking at my beams from my frame, and if it's bowed, it's crooked. I don't want to start out with it bowed or crooked. So then it'll get cut down, and it'll get cut down. So you start, it's much easier if you deal with some reasonable lengths, let's say.
Yeah, we're not going to do that again.
Nah, everything's
Right.
going to be
Got a question.
32.
Got a question here. Draw boring your big knee braces, one peg or two?
Depends on the knee brace. If you put one peg in, the actual knee brace itself has the, I don't want to say tendency, but it can hinge because you're actually on a rock. So say it dries up a little bit, building, wind, it could hinge on you, move a little bit.
We're almost always two. Only on a small.
These big ones on our big barn that we've got going on here, we're double pegging every one of the knee braces, triple pegging on most of the other, like 10 by 10s.
We did singles here, so.
We did do singles. I mean, on a smaller structure, that's you probably can't see it, but a single peg is still pretty.
Dan, somebody wants to know if you ever used Eastern hemlock to do framing.
I have not, but I don't know why you couldn't.
I built a log cabin. I'm living in a log cabin built out of Eastern hemlock.
I don't know why you couldn't.
No twist to it or anything? It's all good?
Oh, it's all good.
It kind of looks like a pretzel.
So we got
Just a little bit of rock salt in it. Hey.
The biggest problem with Eastern hemlock is if it dries, it's hard to pound a nail into it. It gets really hard as it dries.
Okay,
kind of
the
like
same
locust.
way. If we have to do
locust.
a timber frame screw into it, we'd need to drill a hole for it, and we lose a lot of drill bits as we're drilling, 12-inch holes to get a screw.
Not as bad as locust. Locust is the worst.
It might not. I don't know. None of it. To be honest, pine is pretty simple. You don't really need to drill a hole in it. You could just hammer down and get it done.
Cedar cuts like butter.
That's what I was thinking, Alan. What are you talking about? Honestly, the roughest thing in blades I've dealt with cedar.
I've never
I
had
don't
that.
know. We've cut some Eastern red cedar, and some of them were pretty hard.
We get some waves. We've had some waves and some cedar.
It was dead and dry, but it still was pretty hard.
Yeah. The worst problem we have with cedar around here is it gets a little bit of heart rot, and the black ants get in it, and they'll haul that dirt up in it, and you're dragging your saw blade through the dirt every time you're cutting it.
Yep.
Our
wood
cedars
is
too. They have like they're so not shaped. They're just like you got bark almost all the way through the middle. Like you got the first 10 feet of a cedar tree around here, you're cutting a bunch of it off to get anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
I quit buying it because I had to throw so much away. I can't sell people good quality boards and give away, half of it. So I quit fooling with it.
Yeah. Once you get it, you can make beautiful stuff with it, but it needs to be picked out. I know for, you and I from living over here, they're probably not as good as when you go out west a little bit.
Yeah, and a lot of the trunks grow funny too. They're like four trees in one trunk.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. The first 10 feet, you might have bark all the way to the center of that thing. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, you tried to cut boards out of it, and you got a ring of bark that goes all the way to the heart.
It's true. It's true.
Bark inclusion.
Yeah.
Andy, you guys just cut one up not too long ago, didn't you?
What was the species?
Cedar.
White cedar. They did white cedar.
Oh, the northern white cedar. Oh, it's it's just as bad as the red with the everything growing into the middle. The smell isn't quite as intense. Basically crap. It's arborvitae. Everybody plants it as an ornamental.
Yeah, gotcha.
George is definitely right too. The sun-dried white oak cuts like rock. Yeah, it's soft rock. I'm with you. We cut a lot of white oak. I mean, I do love it, but if you let that thing dry, it's hard.
You know how to overcome that?
How's that?
Add more horsepower.
I know, buddy. Oh my God! We're entry-level mill guys. We're just playing around.
Our 35 really struggled with dry white oak, and we're running the exact same blade, just an inch and a half instead of an inch and a quarter. Now you can't fly through it like you do pine, but horsepower makes a difference.
Yeah, there's no doubt. The speed. I actually need more speed on my mill. The blade speed, definitely more horsepower, but I can show you we can get through a pretty big log with that thing.
The statement up there now with the ring shake, that is absolutely correct.
Yeah, Eastern hemlock can have ring shake, but you can normally see it when you cut the tree down. You'll see the black rings in the end of the log. So you can spot it before you actually try to cut it. Sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about red pine?
I've never run into ring shake in red pine.
No, our yellow pine species here, you'll never see it unless something like the hurricane has just literally shook it to the point of breaking. It don't grow in it naturally.
Horsepower does make a difference, John. You know what we're talking about. So I know he cuts a lot of cedar, and he said that the only hard issue he has is with the knots.
That's with anything. They love to ride up on those knots.
Mm-hmm. They do.
Thicker bandsaw blade solves that.
It definitely helps for sure.
You have bigger band wheels. I find that with ours, we have smaller band wheels because our machine naturally is smaller. With the thicker carbide blades, we bought them, the old 5.5s, the old 5.0s, and they might have a tendency to break from being flexed so much.
Yep.
Yeah.
We run
wide.
They run better.
Yeah, we run 55s on our LT 35.
Yeah.
And I didn't care if they lasted 3 or 4 resharps. The cut quality was so much better in our softwoods and pines. It was worth it.
How wide are they?
Because we could just fly through it. Now, this machine, it runs 55s anyway.
Right.
And I'm not seeing any degradation unless it's
you've
running
got-
a dual
you-
fan.
Come on, buddy. You've got some speed and some machinery behind you over there.
The band wheels on that are what, 24 inch, Eric?
Inch?
Yeah, they're big. I don't know. Oh, man. I think you're not. I don't know.
They're more than
I'll lie
19.
about
I
it.
know that.
Yeah, 19 is what we have. I think the 70s have got 24 inch band wheels.
They're almost 25.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, we're
that'll make a big
18.
difference.
It
You're
makes a big
18,
difference.
Dan? You're 18 on the Woodland Mills?
Yeah, on the 130. On the 130.
Gotcha.
So they're kind of small, and actually, if you go down, a lot of my guys have the smaller Woodland mills. The band wheels are getting smaller.
Yeah, they're 16s, I think, right?
It could be. I only know because I had to change mine and I measured it. That's about it. But I've tried all the different blades, you know, and a lot of guys that I talk to and stuff with the carbides and the smaller ones are even using really thin, even lower than, you know, 039s. And they're getting 7, 8 sharps out of them. Now, exactly what Eric said, I mean, you could actually use a carbide blade once, and I think it's worth the 10, you're never getting 10 out of a normal blade sharpening. You're going to get maybe 6, 7 at most.
Yeah.
Oh,
The blades
You
I've been
could get that.
the blades I'm running
35, we were getting upwards of 10
on my-
resharps.
on my Timber King is the 739 turbos, and I mean, I like, long as they good and sharp, them knots won't affect them too much. But as far as the speed goes, not using a carbide, just the regular blades is that's probably the fastest blade that I've ran.
Which Timber King do you have?
The 2020.
Gotcha. How do you like it?
I enjoy it. I went from a 1600 to a 2020, and that's a huge difference.
I know. I just was looking at that tall and wide they came out with. So, and they're actually Woodmaster. I don't know if you know that. It took me a little while too, but Timber King is the same owner that owns Woodmaster Planers.
Oh yeah, they in the same. You call up there and you talk to the same woman at
The
first.
same guy. I seen it. I mean, I won a contest on some video thing, and Woodmaster sent me a dust extraction system, you know. And then I started looking at them. I'm like, these guys are Timber King.
I just got my upgraded dust collection system today. I got the 5 horsepower, the electric motor with the housing and all that.
Yeah.
I didn't get none of the bag system because I'm gonna hook it up direct and just pipe it out to. I gotta go pick up my 2-yard dumpster. I got a dumpster. You put your forks under the self-dumping dumpster.
Yeah.
Set it outside the shop. That way, anytime I get through milling, I pick it up with the tractor, go dump it, and try to solve some of that sawdust issue.
We just never hooked it up to our bag, man. I just put a pipe right out the side of the shop and let
That's
it
what we got. That's
snow.
what I'm gonna do.
Oh, but
That's Tennessee snow for you.
The
my
neighbors
friend.
hate it, and they're a ways away. That thing just shoots
On a
out of
good
there.
day, we're leveling property.
If I'm having a bad day, I'll just stare at it while Dan's planing something because it's just shooting everywhere. Oh, that thing's powerful, man. That thing.
Yeah, I
the
want to
best
put it
thing.
to that dumpster and try to keep it contained a little bit,
Yeah.
and do it
All
that
right.
way.
We got another question up there. What made you get into timber framing?
Me, life. I was a builder. I mean, I don't know. The 40 years we've been messing around with this, from buildings, you know, to the end. My dad has been a craftsman his whole life, so I've been on job sites since I'm 6 years old. I mean, this is all
In
I've
your
ever-
blood.
It's in his blood.
It's in some blood.
And he dragged me into it.
Yeah,
No, so I mean,
I gave him blood.
Yeah, exactly. Dan and I worked, together in Arizona too, designing houses, and he's a builder and designer, and I designed houses with him and did all that 20 years ago. We started 20 some years ago, and so this just was one of those things where I guess it was a joke that we both, hey, come on out here to Tennessee. I got this property. Let's build some stuff. And
I moved to
I'm like,
Tennessee.
yeah.
I moved
so
to Tennessee to retire. Bought a big place on the lake. I was fishing every day, getting fat, sleeping. And then I bought this property, got my mill, started messing with the shop. But there's nobody in Tennessee to work. Not a word. So the joke he had was, I was like, hey, come on out. Which I know Jay is not a carpenter. Didn't work for me 20 years ago as a carpenter. He worked in my design portion of my company. And he's become one hell of a carpenter, finished carpenter here in the almost 3 years that he's been there.
Yeah,
So-
you can tell you guys have worked together in your videos.
Well, we're friends to begin with, and if we're not gonna have fun doing this, we ain't doing it. We'll just build and be miserable, I guess.
Kill each other.
So Dan, we have a new guy came in. Greg, welcome to the show, Greg. He has a question. I make all my bowls from green slabs. Don't you guys mainly use green for your timber frame?
I do. Come by and come. I have so many cutoffs from logs. I was like, I need a bowl guy to come here and just clean up my yard. Take all the oak you want, my friend.
Bring a big trailer.
A peg. I'm burning. If they're not long enough for me to make a timber frame peg, but I cut off so many chunks of wood because I'm only looking for cants. That's really what I'm looking for.
There you go, Greg. All your bowls you could ever ask for.
All the
And
bowls
every
you
sawyer knows you cannot keep it all.
No,
We try though.
I do try. I'm tight like that, but I try. But I got to make another building.
Yeah, you can't save it all. Sometimes you got to let it go.
That's right.
Even though I want to make a bowl, I don't need the 700,000 blocks waiting for the time I might make a bowl.
I think that's a little down the list. Bowls, I love it. Love to. We would love to do furniture. We got a few things we got to do.
We need a countertop first to put the bowl on. Right now, we're just been framing.
Yeah, get a roof over your head first.
Yeah, and that's a problem out here. We work outside. I mean, that's just the way it is. My mill's outside. My framings are outside. So, Eric, you guys know we rain all the time.
All right, so we got a. I'm sorry, we got another
frame span.
Yep.
My man George.
Longest timber frame span. Well, we break them up. But
This is where math comes into play, Jay.
What's the longest timber frame span that I ever did? So the question is what? The span of
From post to post?
From post to post, or span
Post to
from
post.
end of building to end of building? Because I'm going to need my calculator.
Post to post.
are you talking about lapping? Like is that like a span where we lap them though? I mean,
Yeah,
sorry,
post to
one
post, I would
continuous-
imagine, guys.
What's that?
Post to
Post
post, I would
span,
imagine.
maybe.
Post to post. Right now, we're doing one that's 19 feet. It's going to have a second story above it. So your span post to post is one thing, but my span between my knee braces is another. So you get a bunch of structural, let's say, help with that knee brace. And even like my mill setup, my knee brace is what's holding up my winch. And I could rip. We literally ripped I don't even want to go get it, a 12,000 pound pulley off the roof of my building, and my building never moved, snapped the metal of this winch.
Wow.
I don't want to say it was the log, it was maybe a screw up with the winch operator, but either way, the building didn't come down.
There goes the winch.
I don't touch the winch, just so you know.
Well, Middlefield Custom Sawmill, welcome to the show. I see you're new on here.
Dan.
So
Yep,
That's
there's
George.
That's George.
That's your buddy George.
Let's see.
He's the one with, oh, he said
I
post
seen
to
him
post.
almost tipping his bobcat over at that log on his mill the other day.
He loves that stuff. He loves that stuff. I'm picking up the biggest log with my little bobcat, but he gets it done.
He gets it done.
He gets it done. I never seen a guy work so hard to get a log
Sometimes
done.
it takes his sister to help him, but he gets it done.
Ah, it's company.
That's a good family thing though.
And she films good too.
Yeah,
she does.
She does film good. And good questions too.
yeah. How's his kiln coming? He hasn't had a video on his kiln.
I think he's George.
He had a video on his kiln not too long ago of him putting some siding up.
I don't remember being finished.
He
though.
doesn't even let me know what's happening with the kiln. I don't know.
George, call us.
Tell him no more bands until we get an update.
He just got a package of carbide bands. He's probably good for a while. This guy's the only guy that tests them through 17, 18 nails for me. That's what we're checking to make sure durability.
that's it.
George will do it.
Somebody tell George he doesn't have to keep running through nails. It's okay, George. The blades are tried and true. They're tested. That's good. That's good.
It's good.
Now it's
Hey, Tim, check your internet connection. You haven't moved in about 35
An hour.
minutes.
Yeah.
He's sleeping.
He's
look
thinking
very
about
picturesque.
cutting his nose.
Am I moving
We
now?
can hear you, but we can't. You're not moving.
Now, do you guys resharpen your carbides?
We do.
Are you
We do.
using the same C&B wheel or you use a different one?
You know, I actually had a custom diamond one, like Woodland Mill. I have a Woodland Mills sharpening system here, the Pro Sharpener here. So it doesn't have where you could drip oil onto it. So I actually did have a diamond cut custom made to do the carbides. But I also can use, I don't know if it's sitting right here.
Yeah.
Oh, you probably ain't gonna see
No, we
it.
can see it.
Boom. Right there. You also, there's another resin wheel that you can actually use where you're actually only going to sharpen. You'd actually have to do it in 2 steps if you use the resin wheel, because the resin wheel is just for the carbides. Then you'd have to put your CBN wheel in and come and do your gullet work.
Okay.
Joe
How
can
they-
send you a will, Eric.
How do they survive on these modern case hardened screws?
What do you mean, the blades?
Yeah, the blade, because with like a Turbo 7 double hard, the worst thing we ever hit is a modern Torx head screw. It'll rip teeth off.
George, how many screws have you tried to run through? My lumber, I had none of that. I stopped, let's say I stopped taking, I call them yard wood that
Yard
comes
trees.
in from guys that cut, because every kid in
6 feet
town,
under,
yeah, has been driving nails into that since the 30s. So I don't really have a nail or metal problem. Very rarely, very rarely. We might run into a post. I've cut a post right in half with the carbide, but
That
I've seen
carbide
yours
is
too. Yours was harder than mine. Mine went right off, boom, like a piece of salami.
Man, those carbides cut though. They really do. You can
And
just
we
keep on
finished
going.
the job with
You
it.
don't even.
Oh Lord!
Yeah, it's true.
Anybody need a worthless dog here?
Nah, we got a cat. That's good enough.
That dog looks friendly.
All right. What do we got? What do we got? About 70 people here?
That's nice.
About
All right.
72.
All right.
All right, George Middlefield gave you the answer to your question here. The newer metal will mess up the blades most of the time. He's using the 050s and the 055s. He's got a wood miser like you, you guys over there. And it said it can hose them pretty well. So I don't know what hosing means, but
You take it off, and there's 3 feet of teeth that are flat. You just break it and go get another one.
there you go.
Yeah.
All right, so real quick, I'd like to throw that website out again, because we've got more people that have joined us since earlier. If you own a sawmill or a kiln or a planer, go to sawmillsandlumber.com and register your sawmill or your kiln or your planer with this website. It's a growing website. It's going to go public so that people can find your mill or your kiln or your planer for services. Like if somebody's got logs and needs sawn, they'll be able to go to this website and find your mill if you're close to them. So it doesn't cost anything, and it's a great service that we're setting up. It's being set up by John Chapman. So go to sawmillsandlumber.com and register your sawmill or your kiln or your planer today. And if you sell logs or you buy logs, you can also register that on there as well. All right, guys, just wanted to throw that out there real quick. We're trying to push this website.
I think it's a great idea. If I can, I know that in the CN, because I've done, lots of 3D stuff and everything in the CNC world, for all the routing cutters and CNC machines and stuff, they've set up a lot those type of networks to kind of great success, where you could do the same thing, send a file to somebody in your area to cut you something. So that's a great idea.
I think it's a wonderful idea, and it doesn't matter what kind of sawmill you have. It doesn't care what brand you have, but it just registers your sawmill or your planer or your kiln, or if you buy or sell logs, just put it in there and register it, and that way the public will be able to find you, or other sawyers will be able to find you as well.
Glad to have you back, Tim.
I think that's cool. That's a great idea.
He's moving.
Okay, move
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. I hardwired this damn thing into my Wi-Fi, and I'm having more problems tonight than when I was running off of Wi-Fi.
Give me something good.
There you go.
That's better.
It's weird.
Dan, Dan, did you ever look your website up on your phone?
You know, I didn't yet. Do you want me to do
I
that?
did.
He did.
Just keep that.
I'm not that quick.
Great.
Yeah, I think it's great.
I did. I bet it does. You know what? I'm going to do that for you.
He just put it up. I can't believe it. It's already looks pretty good.
Did we sell anything? Is what I got to know. Let me know.
Yeah, what do we have for sale?
What are we selling?
What are we selling?
We don't sell anything.
See, that's something that you have to get with John Chapman and discuss with him what you want on.
Maybe they're looking. Maybe you're looking to sell advice.
What?
I thought we were giving that away for free. Should I say free? Can I say that? No,
What are we selling?
giving away advice.
No, I give that
That's
away.
free.
It comes out every Saturday, whatever advice I have.
Are you a TV hound today?
I like that dog, Eric. And
So Eric, how you like the LT70? You've been running it now for what, a couple months?
Yeah, we're learning to love it. Had some growing pains, but
We saw the video.
yeah,
That was kind of painful.
it was a challenge.
Those roller wheels are more expensive.
But
Did the
now
high
I
speed-
wouldn't want to go back for the speed, the precision, the computer, and the laser.
Yeah, he doesn't do math anymore. He tried to do it by hand one day and it didn't work.
Oh,
you're my kindred spirit.
but
I don't do math.
I know it's out of the realm of most people's budgetary thing, and it was out of the realm of ours for many years. But if you're trying to solve production, now, if you just saw it for the fun of it, and you can do what you need to do, stay with what you got. But if you got to go production, size matters.
Find this.
And hydraulics is the biggest thing with that.
Yeah.
I don't
Unless
know,
you
but I
have to touch
typed
it
in my.
better.
How's your hydraulics flow with that electric?
Videos.
It's fast. I got it.
Is it?
It's from 0 to 100. I'm running at about 70%. It could be faster.
And they're still too fast at times.
You have to be so precise with joysticks when you're moving your log clamp up and down because it'll go whap. It unlike hydraulics, you guys have got hydraulic bills. You can feel the flow. When you're using joysticks,
Website or is this YouTube?
you don't feel it. You see it. And the time you see it, it's already
Too late.
moving.
Yep.
And that's taking some getting used to from me, from a sawyer's point of view, and to pay more attention to just being super precise. You can't. If you tell it to move, it's moving. Something's going somewhere.
That's me.
Sharik, I think Jay's got you running. I think
Sorry, Eric. Tariq said he took the second semester of Algebra 1 4 years in a row. I'm like, that was me in French class, too. My last name's Francois, so go figure that one out.
Yeah.
I do see the website, my friend. I actually thought I kept pulling up my YouTube page, but it looks good. I will contact him.
No, don't feel bad. I took English twice in the same year.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just saw that pop up. I was like,
So Neil, what's going on new in your neck of the woods? Anything?
Man, I'm just trying to get my house done and take that off of my shoulders right now. I'm about 80% done framing on the inside, and then I can get back to milling again, which I still have a pretty good stack of wood I need to run, tongue and groove and all that stuff, a few orders to fill, but the house is on my back right now.
Size matters.
so, yeah. What do you build? Because I don't know. Do you mind just telling what you're building? I'm kind of curious as to what you're building.
It's a regular house, I guess.
Slab on grade.
What's that?
Slab on grade.
Yeah, it's just everything stick built. Cypress on the outside, 1x12 batting board. I've sawn everything for the siding, the framing wood. I've done everything. I plan on making some hardwood flooring for upstairs and things like that. It's pretty neat
Nice
place, vaulted ceilings. I've cut all the posts. Everything I've cut for it except the plywood decking.
So are you doing nominal, or do you do like, is it like a 2x6, a 2x6?
Yeah, a 2x6 is a 2x6.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. Yeah, that makes a difference.
Wood. It does.
Makes a big difference. Yeah.
It does. And that dried pine, I know it's just pine, but that you crank that framing nailer up, and some of that wood, but some of them boards are super tight grain. You have to finish nailing that nail in with a hammer.
Yeah.
That framing gun won't even shoot them all the way.
No, we use ours too, and that it seems like the pitch dries or they get hard.
Oh
That's
yeah,
why
they
I
get
sell
real
screws.
super hard.
Same with fruit.
Bam, bam, buddy, you're done.
Cool. Sounds good. Thank you. I was just kind of curious. That's,
It's
So
different.
Craig-
It's different for sure the way what we're building for around the area.
yeah, and you're building it and you're making it yourself. I mean, that's the cool.
Sure.
I mean, where it's coming off the mill. I mean,
Exactly.
that you can't beat.
Yeah,
that.
it's
I mean,
different for sure. There's a little more handling in that rough cut lumber. You might have a blade wave or something like that, one spot around a knot, and you know what I mean. You trim that off with the skill saw before you put it up. It's typical stuff like that, but
Satisfying doing your own work.
That's right.
You're also not throwing away a bunch of boards you bought that are all curved.
Yeah, no doubt.
Cutting
That's
down the
exactly
block. And
Building your own house will make you a better sawyer too.
there's no
Oh
doubt.
yeah,
Using your own
and a better
material.
carpenter.
You get a different appreciation for actually building when you actually go and cut the tree. Then you put it on your mill, and then you've dried it. I mean, you've touched that piece of wood so many
That's right.
times.
Yeah, I need to put an update. I was putting updates pretty regular on the channel. I need to do an update because we have been so far since I put an update. We lifted some beams up. My span is 28 feet in the middle, and we had to put some beams up, which we didn't have any posts down the center, so I had to go with an engineered laminated beam. I think it's 5 1/8 wide and 18 inches tall to support that upstairs. We couldn't cut anything to do that on that 28-foot span.
Oh, that's a big span.
Yeah, that's a big span.
So then Alan Vision right there was like barndominiums are really popular around where he lives. I'm not exactly sure where you live, Alan, but they're popular everywhere. I mean, that's what we kind of build as well.
That's pretty much what it is. Tim had a picture of the house at one time. I don't know if he still had it. He could put it up there. If he still had it.
Let me check. Hang on a second. Let me take a look. We've been through so many shows, Neil, since then.
Yeah, it's a barnuminium for sure.
Yeah, I don't see it in here anymore.
Greg,
Sorry.
where's Mother tonight?
You had any issues
Oh,
with your
yeah.
local permitting or pretty smooth?
What's
Have you had any issues with your local permitting department? They've been good.
No,
working?
that was the only thing was just if you're gonna build it off the sawmill, just build it full dimension wood. That's the only thing that they said do. Yeah, there's no special. Now you can go 5 miles to the east of, then you get in Alabama, Mobile County, and I don't think you can even use rough cut lumber. Or you can go 10 miles north of me and you're in a different county, and they don't care as long as you're outside of the Loosedale city limits. They'll let you build with whatever you want to build with.
Pallet wood. You gotta love living in the country, my friend.
Willow sticks.
Yeah, it hasn't been any issue at all.
I thoroughly think we're over-regulated instead of under-regulated. Living in a home is American dream, and we don't need too much government involved in it.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Now, if you're building a house to sell, that's completely different.
Or
If I'm
building
building-
a house for somebody, you gotta know they're, you know.
Right. If I'm building my house, or
Right.
he's building his, or you building yours, that's your house.
I'm
That's
with
your
you.
that's your American dream.
I completely agree with that.
Me too. Southern boys rule.
Wow, a lot of Georgia people.
Close by, we're gonna have a lot
Greg,
of
so,
visitors.
Greg, what's new on your end of the stick over there? Anything?
It's
So Alan's from Georgia.
725.
I don't think you asked what time it was.
How hard is it? How hard is
Sorry, I
it to
didn't
build
hear you,
out
man.
there in Utah?
How hard is it to build?
Yes.
It's difficult.
Is it?
Yeah, it's mostly because of the elevation. But where I'm at, the elevation, we have to. You're holding up 12 feet of snow.
So Eric, I had a question on one of my guys here from the Dovetail Cabin Tools, and I know he's building his own dovetail cabin, and he was saying, is it worth keeping your slash for milling the beams? To make T&G, to make something out of it. Now, I don't save any of mine.
Now I don't save the bark, but yeah, once I get underneath it, all the 1-inch boards, we're saving every one of them because, to be honest with you guys, when you're sawing a 24-inch log and you're wanting a 12 by 12 out of the heart, the best wood is outside that 12 by 12.
It's the
The
truth.
worst wood is in that heart, and that's what you're wanting to use for your post. So all that above, below, and on both sides is your best 1x6s to make flooring out of on an oak log.
I'm the same way.
It's
No,
the same
I
with
think
my
he's in
softwoods.
Missouri. I'm not sure if he's using pine or not. I just thought the question was good. I mean,
Yeah, anything.
I need to get down there a little bit. I don't save every 1x4 anymore. I mean, I need.
If I can get a 1x4, like you're talking about, when you trim and trying to get on scale, you might be cutting 2, 4, whatever. But if you can get on scale and trim, get you a 1-inch thick board anywhere on the outside of that log, I definitely cut it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we do it.
It's
I
all our
start
roofing.
from the center.
Yeah.
I'm working out the center, and I'm figuring out my cut pattern, and I'm running in 1-inch pieces.
Yeah, anytime we get under the cambium layer, we're looking at making a board, whether it's
Right.
my log or I'm sawing customers' logs. Because they'll come in here and they say, I just want 6s. I said, well, you go get a bunch of 1x6s and 1x4s. Yeah, 'cause I'm not throwing that away. I'm gonna saw it.
Yeah, I get
And you'll
addicted to
figure out
that
how to use
material.
it.
I know. I try not the one by. I want to say I do the same as well. I like them bigger because after I know I dry, I got to run them again. So if I'm saving 1x4s, it's a 1x2 when you're done with it.
Well, you're doing a different operation. We are. We're sawing dimensional lumber.
Sure.
And, if the customer's wanting 2x6s or 2x8s, they're going to get the waste off that log as long as it's a good board. Yeah.
Is that what you do, or you don't keep that for yourself and
No.
then want the 2x6s? Whatever comes off the log rolls to your people.
That's one of the questions I ask them after they tell me what they want. I said, okay, what do you want out of the waste? What do you mean waste? I said, I'm not throwing away 2x4s and 1x4s. That's money I'm cutting off and not getting paid for it. It's going on your pile. And if you're building something, you'll need some 1x4s, 2x4s, 1x6s. You'll need a lot more than you think. Yeah.
You always need more than you think. You're always short.
I talked to a guy today.
25%.
What's that?
Add 25%.
There you go.
At least.
Yeah, I was gonna
And
say
then
at
I'm
least.
always 10% wrong again.
That's right.
I talked to a guy today. I've got probably at least 15,000 board feet of white pine that come in, and they're wanting to do timber frame stuff, and they don't know what they want to do yet. I said, well, you're on a time frame. You got a month or two, and we're going to do something, whether you're ready or not, because it's middle of summer. And I told him, up front, I said, if you want to cut 8x8, 6x8, 10x10s, whatever, that's fine. I said, what do you want to do with the waste? That was one of the things I told him, because you're getting all the waste, whether it's 1x4s, 2x4s, 2x6s, kind of figure out what you're going to need for smaller pieces, because they're going back home with you.
I love all that stuff. I love bonus
nice.
wood. I'm a big fan of bonus wood. We stack it up. You get addicted to it. Like you got to see it in there in the sheds and stack it as high as we can, and strap it down.
No
'Cause it's-
skim at bearded lumber, buddy. You're getting the waste as well.
That's right. That's good stuff.
Well, the bonus would be a lot easier to come by if you had a nice edger.
Yes. Edger makes it a whole lot easier.
Yes.
When it's below 12 feet. Once you get above 12 feet, I ain't running it through my edger. Yeah.
No?
No, it gets
Why is
way
that?
too long to handle. It gets a little heavy when you get 16-foot stuff, the way we're currently set up. Eventually, it won't matter, but right now,
We're the same. Like we're running 2x6 oak decking, 16-foot pieces. We're not really.
they stay on the mill. We edge them on the mill.
Yeah.
We cut some just the other day. All the flitches, we slid them right in front of the mill. We got to cut them down to, a 6-inch cant. And we got below 6 inches, we stood them flitches up, made them boards, and off they went. Less handling is more.
Absolutely.
I did a video.
Right.
I did a video on that. Using your cant to stack your flitches against
Yes.
helps you hold them better instead of putting up against your log stops, because sometimes they want to kick over and all that, and you use that cant for sure.
Yep.
Absolutely.
We use our cant, and then we have a little 2x4 we put on the outside.
Oh, I got one of them too. You keep that joker laying in the middle of your mill. You can just pick it up and slide it down.
Right here. It's hiding out close by.
That's right.
Anytime we get one up there that's a little thin, that clamp,
Only goes so
make a
far.
big bow with it. You put that
That's
board
right.
up there, it helps. Just things you learn.
Thank you there, Jonathan. I see your text to me. Thank you, buddy. I'm glad we've helped you out.
Amen, George.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're never short of
Never
wood,
short.
George. Not the big slab guy.
Once you get your name out there, you get phone calls every day. Hey, you buying? And sometimes you have to use that horrible word and say no.
No.
Daily. You give an inch, they'll take a mile. My first word is they're hello. I'm like, no.
I always give them an option. That's like, if you got to get rid of it, bring it by and drop it off. I said, if I can use it, I'll use it. If I can't, I'll throw it away.
Right.
But, right now in the middle of summer, I'm buying as little as possible. It's too hot.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's too hot.
It's way too hot.
Yeah. Well, the time frame on my pine really shrinks. Now, come October, I buy all I can get from October to December because the weather's gotten better. But right here in the middle of summer, if I don't get it cut before October, it'll be full of bugs.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
The
true.
nice thing out here, I don't got to worry about any of that.
And bugs
No
don't
bugs?
go to 8,000 feet.
Yeah, they've already killed it and they're gone.
What elevation are you there in Utah?
At my home, I'm at 5,600.
Woo.
So another 7 miles to the east, I'm almost 8,000 feet.
I
Hey,
think
Craig.
the highest peak in North Carolina is what, Grandfather Mountain at 4,000 or 5,000.
I told
feet?
Rick he can come sweat out here with me all day with my 20% humidity, then I'll take him for a hike at 5 and see how far he goes.
Yeah, he'd be dead. He'd be
Hey,
dragging
Craig,
him back.
I'm at 20 feet.
Way up there. Rare.
There you go.
You get nosebleeds a lot.
I want to come golf. Yeah, my buddies in Arizona that are at 1,000 feet, they come golf up here. They're like, "Well, we like to golf up here."
What I tell you the other day,
Get a little more
20%
distance.
Sea level, 110 degree heat index with 100% humidity.
Humidity. Yeah.
Yep.
Jeez.
Craig, this old man not only will work you to death, but he'll get you in trouble afterwards too.
There you go.
He needs to come down south one day, like I say, when it's 104 with 100% humidity, and then the wind dies, and not a
Oh,
breath of
yeah.
air.
You got to get that sunshine and about a 20-minute rain shower, and then the sun come right back out.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you swear there's such thing as more than 100% humidity, even though that's not supposed to be possible.
That's right. That's right.
That's
I
just
need to
the
bring my
air.
knife. I need to bring my knife down there to cut through.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
It's got to be at least
That's
120% out here.
You need gills to walk outside.
Makes hard
Too
work.
hot.
It's 9:30 at night, and we're sitting here in front of a fan because it's still 85 degrees at 90% humidity.
That's exactly right.
Well, you're lucky we don't have a fan.
No.
We opened the door.
Oh no, you got to get a white man fan. Yeah, fan. We turned the big one off because it was too loud. Yeah, if you go back there, there's 2 big ones on the wall and 2 on the floor.
Yep.
Without them, we wouldn't be down here working. So,
And see, that's what comes a problem down here. And I deal with it a lot. It's hard to cut. Say I do a pretty good bit of TNG, and it's hard to cut a lot of stock to air dry it because even though the wind's blowing, your humidity's so high, everything wants to mold.
Yep.
So you just about have to cut it, put it directly in the kiln, and fire it up, or it's gonna mold. It just ain't no way around it.
And fast.
Yeah.
You guys haven't watched it. They didn't watch the Dan's triple kill video
Oh,
today.
that's right. You
How
gotta
we
watch
take
the
care of all that stuff. But we're always spraying it with Timbor and stuff to keep it down because my kilns don't work like your guys' kilns. Takes a month or 2 to get out of mine. But we got wood stacked, mold builds.
That's true.
There you go. I'm with Phil right there.
Yep.
That's more what I'm cutting right there. I want the bug holes.
Yep.
I don't like cutting it, but every piece I've ever cut and dried, I didn't have any problem selling it.
Nope.
With the bug hole?
Wormy white pine sells really good.
I love the bug holes. We made a whole kitchen out of ambrosia beetles. I mean, I would literally get 10 times the money for my wood if you finish it off and get the bugs killed out of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if you wait too long, there's nothing left.
All right, guys, we got to take.
Weeks ago, that was gorgeous.
We got to take a few minutes here. Craig's wife paid to be on the show, so Craig, get mother out here.
Accidentally.
Yep.
Get mother out here, please.
Oops. Accidentally. Hey, Craig, give me that credit card. Give me that credit card, Craig.
All right, guys, we got to use this opportunity to bust Craig's. Craig's. Yeah. Okay.
Let me just send him a text while we're thinking about it here.
Yeah. Any of you guys in the audience want to bust Craig? You can ask questions about Craig to his wife.
And what, we'll get the real Craig?
Yeah, she's gonna pray about it. She said.
Yeah. Hey, Craig.
Yeah.
You want to tell him why mother bought time on the show?
Well, I had already went out. I already done all my phone stuff. Already went out and then seen something was going on. Asked her to, hey, will you do what these guys are asking? With so she went and next thing I know, she's asking me, hey, I need your card. I'm like, okay. Well, $20 later, she's bought herself 30 minutes on the show.
That's not all, my
Craig.
friend.
So we started this thing on YouTube. On YouTube, you can put this a goal on your channel for what you want to do, and you can get have people send you 10 super chats, and you'll shave your head or whatever. There's Craig's wife right there. All right, let's go sit down here. Let's go. Let's hear it.
Hello.
Let's hear it.
Hello, mother.
Yeah, let's start with the complaints.
Mother's here.
First of all, you need to scoot Craig out of the chair.
Scoot Craig right out of that chair. There you go.
There you go.
Dishes
They
is
go over the
fine.
hill. Yeah, perfect.
I call mine upper management.
Upper
What's-
management. I like
So
it.
introduce
All right,
yourself. What's
I
your
got-
name?
I'm Jamie, married to the kilted Sawyer here.
Nice.
Lucky man, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's
Hello,
he's
I'm the
definitely married up.
Technical difficulty, somewhat. I'm learning quickly. I don't know.
Well, first of all, we'd like to thank you for buying the spot on the
You're
show.
welcome. Oops.
Oops.
He just comes in, he doesn't explain. He just say, do this, do this, do this. So I do it. I should need to clearly
All right.
read into it
The
more.
second thing is I want Craig's credit card too.
Okay. It's all yours.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with
What's
that.
wrong with
It's all
that?
yours.
Can we get in on that too? I mean, what's going on?
Thank you,
It's probably
Craig.
out there somewhere.
Yeah.
We never know.
So you're behind all the computer work that Craig does, correct?
Yes, I try my best, Jess.
There isn't that Craig does. It's what Mother does.
Mother does it all.
Well, we're kind of confused because he's like admin help on these big web pages, but yet it's like you can't even get on the show, Craig. Oh, it's not my phone, it's the computer.
Yeah, seriously. I don't know how he does it on his phone, but when it comes to the computer, he has no idea.
Let's not get off subject, Tim.
We are not off subject, Craig.
We're supposed to be asking about a washer and the sawdust and that sort of stuff.
A washer and sawdust. Oh yeah, so Craig said you can have his credit card and buy a new washer if you want.
Perfect.
To clean up the sawdust. Yep.
Thanks,
I got
sawdust, plugging it up.
Yeah.
Just tell him to dump his pockets out before he comes in the house.
Yeah.
I do that.
Blow him off.
I got one question. I got one question. Now, Craig's got 2 sawmills, and they both have computerized set works on them. How long did it take you to teach Craig how to use that?
You would be shockingly, I didn't have to.
I knew Rick.
I knew Rick.
He knew.
It's just when it comes to the computer itself, he doesn't know how to work the mouse.
Yeah, I know. I tell him I know how to do all the other stuff. I know how to do my stuff.
He's pretty smart when it comes to that other stuff. Aren't you, babe?
Yeah, I can do my stuff. It's just the computer that
Thanks,
I'm
Vic.
Yeah, the computer.
Hey Vic, good morning. How you doing, Vic? Welcome to the show.
So,
hey Vic, how you doing?
So being married to a sawyer, you got your whole house.
No garage.
Is there, no garage.
Driveway. Wood everywhere.
No
Sawdust
driveway.
everywhere. Yeah, that's basically it.
Wood paneling.
Wood paneling.
Wood mantle.
Yeah, we got plenty of wood.
We got plenty of wood.
Yeah.
We won't freeze this winter.
Yeah.
I've seen some pictures of your front yard covered up in logs before. Does that get you a little irritated?
A little.
Front, back, and side yard.
I mean, seriously, I don't have a driveway. I have no garage anymore. It's everywhere. We're surrounded by wood everywhere.
But y'all got a beautiful view from y'all's place.
We do.
Yeah,
we do.
You got more trees on your property than the whole county looks like they have. It's just flat.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
So how does it? I got to know, how does it feel that everybody knows what your place looks like and all the
kidding,
stuff
huh?
there? Yeah,
You know,
he really gets out there, don't he?
Yeah, we're good. I don't mind.
Now, I'd like to know, is Craig allowed to bring sawdust into the house?
No, but do you think that matters?
Yeah.
It follows him. It follows me.
That's not
Everywhere.
sawdust. It's man glitter.
It's man glitter. The dogs have man glitter all over them. It's everywhere. I've just learned to embrace it. It smells good.
It smells good. Yeah, there you go.
Yes,
Fine.
it smells nice.
That's because you didn't have any hardwood sawdust. That's rough.
Yeah.
Oak
Yeah.
sawdust is
Yeah, that's
nasty.
red oak sawdust.
John-
coming out.
Texts because I'm not answering their questions.
Now, Utah is
my excuse.
Give her another question.
Utah has more UFO sightings than any other state in the United States. Has Craig ever run inside and says, "You got to come look at this outside"?
I'm pretty sure he's been abducted. I've never seen one, but I think he's been abducted.
That explains it.
He's not normal.
I don't know.
You guys, pictures of everything he cuts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything is, it's just wood for Craig. And he loves it, and I'm okay with it. And it keeps him out of my hair.
Keeps him out of your
That
hair.
keeps him out of trouble too, though,
Keeps
don't
him
it?
busy and out of trouble. I always know where he's at.
Well, you just need to get him to make some more YouTube videos. We
I
enjoy
know.
the content.
I have to do that. I've got to get on it.
Well, that means you need to be out there just videoing him. But see, if you're a producer, then you can go out there and tell him what to do.
Good point. That's what I need to start doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look at him. Look at me like,
Here's your first task. Have him do a video in his tights.
Okay.
What about the
Yep.
kilt?
Some tights.
And-
Yeah, what
and the
about the
kilt.
kilt? We gotta
Yep.
get
The kilt.
Yep.
How do you
Yeah,
keep
but
the
he'll-
sawdust out of your underwear when you wear a
He'll get
kilt?
more. He'll get more
don't wear
views out of his
underwear.
spandex.
You don't work that hard, dude.
No
Oh,
underwear.
great.
Hey, TMI.
Yeah, have him
sorry.
wear his kilt and make sure every picture he's looking over his shoulder.
Oh, yeah?
I got a comp chainsaw.
Oh, you did get a cotton
Yeah.
Good night, Mike.
But, yeah, we do want him to make some more videos though, if you can help him.
I'll work on that. I'll get it going.
He wears that kilt. He wears that kilt with no underwear saw, and he's gonna have more sawdust than besides in his pockets.
I know.
It's not as sticky and humid as yours is there.
Yeah, it's not as sticky and humid here.
Sounds like baby powder to you, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Keeps it dry.
It absorbs the mess.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So absorbent.
Sorry. I'll get on the videos though. I will get going on those.
Yeah.
It's the least I can do.
Losing some guys.
Yeah. Last month, everybody was all excited about the, kilted Sawyer and making him, logos and everything. They thought that was a great,
That was awesome.
a great YouTube channel.
Yeah.
To have a great name for a YouTube channel. They were very excited to see it.
We'll get
But
it.
nobody's seen him wear a kilt.
I know it.
Well, I
Can I
bought
see
that.
what
I bought
my
that. Didn't I do
quote
that? I did one video. Out on
You
the
did
front
one
porch.
video, but
Yeah.
we've got to get.
Just
one.
We'll get it together. I'll get on it.
Does he wear a lederhosen too while he's got his kilt on? Is it Oktoberfest? I mean, we're,
Is there beer involved?
is there beer involved? Something before you put the kilt on. I don't even want to know now.
I'll get you.
I've always wondered what the little box is they carry on their chain.
Chapstick.
Chapstick.
What's the little box for?
Thought it was backup underwear.
That's Maxwell.
Axe wax.
Axe wax.
Axe wax.
Axe wax. Wow.
Chapstick.
That's your family crest.
Yeah.
Anyhow. Okay, well, goodbye. Thanks for
Goodbye.
having me.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming on and thanks for being a trooper.
You're welcome. There you go, babe. Bye.
We could hit you.
Thanks, babe. Okay, thanks, guys.
Hey, Craig, I
Yeah.
think we want her on the show instead of you.
Copy that.
The views just went up 50. No.
Yeah, she's fun. She puts up with a lot of stuff. Well, I do make a lot of mess, and she does tolerate it. So I'm pretty thankful for that.
I hear you there.
So what you got, guys? You want to see some of the timber frame jigs that might be a little bit different?
Let's
Sure,
see
why not?
anything you've got.
You want to see some of that?
Yeah.
So these, my friend, is something that we've actually made. How do we get that in there? We're
There you
backing
go.
up. That looks
There you
good.
go.
So this is what you would actually use when you're using dovetailed jigs. So if you're actually making floor joists or roof rafters, these will actually come. You actually have to make them for the jigs, and there's 2 sets of these things, and we're actually able to actually change the size of any beam that we want to use. But these are the jigs that you're going to use your router and your dovetail bits. So actually these joints are going to slip in as dovetails, not just as square pocket bits. So if you're doing a monster house or you're doing anything and you got to do 10 or 15, you're basically just cutting your straight logs all at the perfect size that you want. Naturally, you got to figure out your math of how deep that you're going to go. You could throw that one up there. So this is the reverse set of that. So these are actually the pockets that we put in the beams, and then this would be actually around and through our let's say, yeah, there you go. So they're just a complete fitting set to go in. This way, when your pockets don't just have a square cut to them, you're going to actually have a dovetailed joint, so that you're actually going to get, let's say, compression or it's not going to pull out on you. You're going to have some strength to it. So something like this, if you're doing a lot of floor joists, a lot of roof rafters, you can bust out 30 or 40 of these by yourself in a day, you know, if you've got everything lined up here.
Using a router.
With a very beefy router.
Is the router sitting over there? It's a pretty big beefy router. I mean, you're using
I don't understand that at all.
That router that comes with that Woodmaster is about as big as you can get, ain't it?
You know, them Milwaukees, I burned quite a few of those out.
I guess
3.5 horsepower.
It's probably in the truck.
It's in the truck.
What I actually have, it's a 3.5 horsepower. The Makitas I've had less problems with. And then John was asking that he didn't understand what that actually was. So if you're actually, a lot of times in timber framing, you're going to see them put floor joists or rafters in, and they're going to cut square pockets, and you just drop your beam in. You're going to have actually no strength of the building actually holding itself together. So instead of making a square pocket, we would take those jigs, we would run our dovetail bit router 1 inch deep, and it's actually going to be like a piece of furniture. So you're putting in a double joint. It just doesn't hold itself up there, but it actually holds the strength of the building together.
Okay, so the pieces sticking out the back, the front was flat. The pieces sticking out the back go where? They go over.
So let's just say here, I'm taking this unit here. I've got a 6x8 or a 6x12. I'm actually going to stick that onto my beam.
I can't see it.
I know it's hard to see. Okay. I'm going to stick that onto a beam, and then this is my face plate where my router is going to sit. So I'm using this as my gauge right here. And this unit right here is going to fit exactly with my pocket bits as well. So one set goes on your beam, one set goes onto your joists, and then when they go in, they actually interlock together. It just doesn't sit there.
Okay.
So this is for the strength of it. When you're using a big 3.5 horsepower router, that baby's going to fight you. So we'll put this onto a beam, and this will actually be clamped into position. And right here, we actually put screws into the tongue as well. So that's going to hold my plate perfectly flat so that I have a perfect router jig to hold us in place.
How deep you go with the router?
I mean, you can go as deep as you actually want. Most joints like that are about 1 inch deep, 1.25 inches deep. So when you're using something, you know, a router bit that's going to cut 1 inch at the bottom, you're trying to hold it there. I mean, there's a little bit of technique to using it. You just got to be comfortable using a router. These would be something that's a lot smaller. Okay, it's another set that actually works together. And these would be if we were going to make rafters. Something that's going to be, so I could put this onto any pitch that I want. I'll cut my pockets into my beam, into my rafter plates. This gives me the space to drop my rafter into place. This is going to go onto the butt end of your rafter. So I can actually, we're going to cut the beam, depending on what degree you have, 7, 8, 10, doesn't matter. You actually cut your rafter to be at the degree that it wants to be, and we just mount this to the face of that beam, router out the pocket. So now the rafters are not just sitting there, they also have, you know, let's just say strength to be pulled out. It's completely jointed together into a pocket. So when we put, go ahead.
I'm assuming you got videos about that, right?
Oh,
Doing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a video. I mean, we have several videos of me doing this kind of work here. One of the videos we have is, it's like a speed reel, what do I want to say? A time-lapse reel of us putting a timber frame cabin together. And after we get everything cut, we do everything on our table. So everything is perfectly symmetrical before we leave. We go into the field. We take a crane. I can lift the rafters within a half an hour. I could probably do a whole building because everything's just going to go in. It's going to sit in, locks in, bird's mouth fit. As long as your bird's mouth and everything stay the same, your frame is going to stay square, just like you're conventionally framing.
Right. Yeah, I
Interesting.
have to. I just
All right,
have
we
to
got
see
one
it.
question. We got one question right here, quick, Dan, if you can look at that.
This
Or
one
Craig,
here. Can I span
the one
20
at the
foot?
bottom of the screen.
Is this what you're looking at? Can I span the 20 foot by
Yes,
making
yes.
10 foot 4x8 beams with a scarf joint with each of them knee brace at the end? I wouldn't, let me see, you're making a beam. Depending on what that beam is going to hold, if the beam is actually only holding the building from being together, you probably can use like a bladed scarf joint, a double bladed scarf joint. If you're going to actually have a beam above it, if you had to, I don't know if you can point it up there, but what you would want to do is you would want your scarf joint, I know on this building it's too small, but you would want the scarf to be directly over one of your knee braces. You can't just have it swinging in the middle. If it's going to be supporting a roof, or if we're going to put another post, it depends how the whole frame is together. But to put big long plates together, yes, you can do them in different sizes. It shouldn't be an equal size, let's say. It should go over the post. It should be sitting on at least where the knee brace ends, and you can use different size plates for that.
And when in doubt, check with an engineer. That's always the best thing.
Right.
Yeah, money well spent.
I have to say, hello, Jack, and welcome to the show. Thanks for stopping by. And we'll definitely see you in Boonville for sure.
He's coming to buy blades. You guys are going to buy some blades, right?
Yeah, buy blades every
Craig.
year.
Craig. Calm down. That's funny.
It would be nice to have an aircraft hanger. I could use an aircraft hanger right about now.
Yeah.
That's going to be a pretty big span. All right, you can make a scissor truss or something to maybe get a plane in, but that's a big span for a timber frame.
Oof.
They do. No, I see them, but they have to be engineered. I mean, there's a lot that goes.
You gotta get long wood.
A lot that goes into it.
So, John, did you have like some kind of format you were working on?
I did have, but it's way past that.
It's out the window.
Way past that. So, what are you looking for? How far off the heart can you still make a beam? The heart have to be centered? What if you're getting a 6x6 that's 2 inches off the heart? You know what I mean? Is there any standard on that? Is there any rule of thumb?
The draw about having your heart not centered is the log is going to have tension on different sides of the pith itself. So we're trying to center it completely through the log. I can't say that we get them 100%, but if you start carving through and I've got heart that's 1 inch from the top and the other side it's 1 inch from the bottom and it's to the side, your beam is going to bow, it's going to bend. So we're correct.
There you go.
There you go. Exactly. Rocking chair material. You're cutting it down to eventually timber frame pegs that are this big. So I think it's pretty important. I mean, honestly, we do it so much that every piece of wood we cut, we center it because we know how the tension's going to work. Even if I'm just wanting to pull boards off of something, I want it centered.
No, I understand centered.
If you got a big log and you're wanting to get 2 4x8s, would you take those out and leave the heart? Take them away from the heart instead of just trying to center one in the heart?
I wouldn't, if I'm doing a 4x8, which is really small, and that's normally how our knee braces are all 4x8s, we actually try to get that free of heart. So, you know, as I'm making my big beams, say I have an 18x18 on there, I'll slice 4 inches off in the prime material. It's not heart material. If you get down to a 4-inch piece and you try to center the heart in the 4-inch piece, you're still so close to it, you're gonna get the cracking and the blowout of the heart as it dries so fast.
Right. Well, that's what we do when we cut hardwoods for flooring. We box down to a 4x4 or a 6x6 and basically
Oh,
make
yes. If I'm doing flooring like that, there's going to be something in the middle we're not using for flooring.
Right. We save it for dunnage because we use so much of it. Everybody leaves here has got 3 4x4s under their stack of wood on their trailer, and they're going home with it.
Ours is the same. We'll use it for just laying beams all over the property or bracing, stacking wood. I don't throw it away. I try not to throw it away, but it's not, 4x4. If you had it centered hard, yes. We don't use a lot of 4x4s in my timber frames anyway.
But when you're talking beams, you're probably talking the smallest you're going to call a beam is what, a 12x12?
No, 6x8s. I'll still try to center. I have a hard time with, if you do cut, the good thing about knee braces and you're cutting out a free of heart, these things are 5 foot long. So you don't have, when you're cutting off that free of heart that's going to want to bow just because the way the tree grows itself. Using these short pieces, it's not a problem. About the smallest beams we use are 6x8s, and I will center the heart with that. They just, at a 20 foot long, if I'm outside that heart, I know that beam, it's bowed.
Yeah.
So here's another one. You got 2 power tools. That's it. You got your sawmill and 2 power tools. Can you do it? The rest of them are hand tools. What 2 power tools are those?
What 2 power tools?
Big Red.
The
chain mortiser?
Oh, the chain mortiser.
The chain mortiser?
Thank you. Yes.
And the Big Red, and I call them Big Red, but a 16-inch timber frame saw. I don't even have a 10-inch one, which I probably should get. I love my big saw cuts straighter than any circular saw. So I just have a small, normal 7 1/4 Makita that takes care of my 2 3/8 inch cuts to 0, and my big saws. That's key.
When you say your big saws, Dan, are you cutting more than 6 1/4?
Sometimes, not sometimes. Most of the time.
Which saws are you? What beam saw are you getting that's cut more than 6 1/4?
I'm not.
Oh.
I do have a chain beam Perezi saw. I don't like it. It's not accurate.
They're too rough.
It's just not accurate enough for my cut. So if I'm cutting an 8x8, I'll cut a 6-inch on one side. I'll roll it over and I'll cut it off. That's.
There's a question there. Dan, there's a question for you.
Can I explain what a double-bladed scarf joint was? I wish I brought it down here.
Let's see.
You have something for that?
No, I'm just thinking if I find a pencil, we can.
Jay's gonna draw one up. How's that? Make it simple for you.
You guys just did a video not long ago. I just saw that not too long ago.
We did. It's called the strongest timber frame joint.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if I had to explain it without any sort of picture on it, you're basically making a lap joint, a flat lap joint cut into the middle. And on each side of the laps, this one coming in this direction and this one going this way, we're going to cut another 3-inch tab, which is going to be able to be mortised in underneath. So your lap joint's going to go in and it's going to lock into position in both directions. So this way you can't have any flex. And that's if you had a bad post in a barn that you needed to fix. That's one of the joints that you would use to replace it.
That's how we do it. It's kind of hard to tell.
It is hard to tell. He says he's a drawing guy.
That pencil's terrible.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
Rick, can you knock on John's side, wake him up over there? He looks like he's about ready to fall asleep.
Me?
Yeah. Your eyes are
No,
getting
I'm not
heavy,
ready to
pal.
fall asleep.
I don't know if that's going to help. I don't even know if we're going to see that.
No, we can't see it.
Here, let's draw.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let
So you
let
see
put
you
in
have
the-
one tab going in, up, and
Oh,
underneath.
shit. There's Craig again. Hang on. Craig keeps jumping
Craig,
in
get all the
there.
airtime there.
What I do. Want me to do it?
Yeah, where'd you go? Let's see.
All right, we're going to actually simplify this for everybody. Wait. I did mess that up already.
So that's simplifying. Oh, there you go. All right, we're looking in. I got you. Okay.
Okay. Double-bladed scarf joint. Forget this one line that I got going on here. I don't know. All I see is John. Does that kind of make sense with you? See how the tabs are going in? So you're actually laying here across. Now, if I was making a double-bladed scarf joint and I wanted to extend it, this is where my knee brace would be and my post would be over here. So you can actually extend it past, and the deflection of the beam is going to keep that straight.
Okay.
That wasn't a good drawing.
Go up and
Get it. Go get us a double-bladed scarf
I'll
joint.
be right back.
Yeah. At least you didn't have to break out crayons.
All right. We had a question pop up just a second ago. Let me see if I can bring it back up. On homeowner mills, do they have to get lumber certified? Vic, I think that depends on
Counties.
the
Depends on
town
the state.
and county you live in.
Yep.
I know where we're at. We can certify our own lumber. Neil, where he's at, you have to use actual 2x4s and 2x6s, correct?
That's right. Yeah, you
Correct,
got to
Neil?
use full-size wood to be able to build a dwelling with it.
Yeah, it just depends on where you're at, Vic, and where you're building. You have to get with your code and buildings guy and find out.
Enforcer. Yeah.
In a lot of places that you're going to build in where they actually will not let you use your own sawmill lumber. If you sawmill your lumber and then had a certifier come and certify that lumber as the grade that's going to be reciprocal with the codes, they can't stop you then either. So that is another way of using your sawmill lumber.
Right. You can get a grader to come in and grade it. You're correct.
Now, I think in Mississippi you can't, like in Tennessee, you can go to that little class and you can grade your own wood. Where down here they don't even offer that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not a wood grader. I just
Me
grade.
neither.
Right, but
It's bowed or straight. That's
Looks
what I
good to me.
Hang it.
You guys say that.
Dan, where you're out picking out your own trees, not everybody's going to have that availability to do what you're doing, to be able to put what you're doing. You're able to put the trees that you're picking in the positions on your structure where you want them. You know what I mean? So you're doing double duty with making your structure more sound, and you know what I mean? There's more thinking going into your place and what you're doing, your style, than just if someone was just to order a timber frame.
Correct. Like you could, when I go into the forest and do, you could just order a truckload of graded wood from a lumber yard and have it come to your place. Now, when I go into the woods, I don't go, hey, this one's going to go in the living room on the upstairs. You know what I mean?
But you know what you're looking for.
I know what I'm really just looking. I don't want curved trees. I'm looking for straight. Honestly, we usually try to cut like 22 footers, so I can get, I don't want to say just 22-foot trees, but I'll drag my logs out of the woods at 22 feet. This way I could chop them down at 10s and 12s, but most of the time I'm trying to saw 20-foot logs for our structure. And not all of them are good. Once you cut them, they bow and bend. I kind of just move along with them. Yeah. So I try to go for a quantity, and like anybody else, whatever you cut in the woods just ain't enough. You're going back in. I mean, I've got emergency trees everywhere. If I got a project,
absolutely.
I know where to get one.
Right.
You probably remember where they all are, too.
I do.
I know you do. I know in your head you know where that one is. We need a hickory. That says we're going over there. It's like a mile over that way, and then there it is.
A plot plan.
Yeah, in his head.
Yeah. That's good.
Well, actually, anybody that owns property, Tim and I own this property we have together, but I've owned it longer than Tim has lived here, and I would tell Tim we need a tree, and I know right where to go. And he was, before he got into sawmilling, he was like, "How do you know where these trees are?" But it's just like every time I'm in the woods, I'll spot a tree and remember where it's at and what I might be able to use it for.
Yeah. How many guys drive down the road and see a big, beautiful tree and say, I saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that.
Yeah.
I've got some
Well,
trees that are so
it's
big
taught
that
me
it's too much work. I just leave them grow.
Yeah, but it's taught me. I just used to drive down the road and look at trees and no big deal. But now I look at them and kind of like in my head, what could I
how
do?
many
with that
how many board feet am I going to get from that tree?
Yeah.
tree?" Exactly. You know,
What's
what kind
that
of
look like
slabs
it-
would that make?
What's it look like inside? That's me. I'm like, let's cut this, especially when we get the buggy stuff. You know, I'm like, okay, I want to see what this is going to look like inside.
Yeah.
That's the
You know.
biggest thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just like Christmas Day, opening a present every time you open one up.
it is.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I was at the
You love
county fair.
Oklahoma with no code enforcement, my friend.
I was at the county fair this last week. You know, and I've been going there all my life, and it was always just big oak trees and shagbark hickory trees. That's, you know, I've always known that was there. But this week I'm there standing there going, okay, that one's starting to die. And what exactly are these oak trees? You know, and you're trying to figure out, this is a white oak tree, but this is, you know, and you're identifying species, and you're standing at the fair and your wife's running around, the kids are running around, and, you know, here I am, a sawyer going, what kind of tree is this? You know what I mean? And you're like, damn, what am I doing?
I hate to say it, we do it all the time too. Like we drag some logs up. I'm like, what the heck is this that we cut down? You think it's something, but it's
We've had a few mysteries out
We
there.
have a
Some
couple
really, Yeah, a
mysteries.
few mysteries. It's still hard to figure out what it is, but you know.
Sometimes you don't know until you open it up.
I just found an overcap oak.
Called an addiction.
You ever heard of overcap oak?
Oh yeah.
Overcap white oak?
No.
I've heard them called overcups. The cup of that acorn is just, I mean, you can barely see the tip of that little acorn.
Yeah,
inside
yeah,
of that cup.
that's what they're called. That's the name of 'em, overcap oak. And I just looked that up the other day.
Neil calls them
I just always called
overcup.
it white oak. I just called it white oak.
Cup,
Right.
cap, it's the same.
Now, I know it's easy. It's easy for Paul and Andy because they drive through their property and they're like, "That's a cherry. And there's a cherry. Oh, look, there's another cherry, and there's a cherry. Oh, and there's a cherry over there."
Don't
There's a dying ash. Oh, there's by a cherry.
Yeah, I like the cherry.
I love working with cherry. We don't have enough. Mine's all curved.
Mostly black cherry. A lot of hard maple, a lot of soft maple, and the ash is going quickly. We just got hit with the ash board a couple of years ago, so we were late. But we're a little different. We don't go out and harvest a tree for a specific purpose. We've been harvesting. We're 144 acres, so we've been harvesting damaged and blowdown, and we're being overwhelmed with that. But we're also not commercial. We're just hobbyists, so that keeps us busy.
Megram asked the question, can you get an app
Yeah.
to identify a tree? They've got them where you can take a picture of the leaf, take a picture of the bark, take a picture of the tree, the root.
You
just
can-
Actually, I
about
can tell you-
anything.
I could tell you something simpler. Go to Google search and there's a little camera on the Google search bar.
Yep.
Take a
Yep.
picture of it with your Google camera or Google search, and it'll come up usually with the right tree.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
I have not had that
Yeah,
much luck with that. I'd walk through the woods. I'm like, do we want this? Take it, and a half an hour later, I'm like, just cut it down, man. Bring her back before I figure out what it is.
We've had some misdiagnoses.
We have
before.
some misdiagnoses.
It's like that's still pretty though.
Surprise.
Yeah, exactly.
Surprise.
So I'd like to take just a minute, guys. If you look behind me, you'll see this beautiful flag with our logo on it. I'm going to move the other way here. Yeah, our logo on it. John Davison from Davison's All Natural Trim dropped that off this week. And John, you want to tell us details on this flag? Because it's a beautiful flag.
So you remember the live we had a few months ago? It was about working on the co-op. So
Yes.
the sawmill is, or the saw blade was mine. It's just a skill saw blade laying around. But the lady who drew that logo on there. I traded her lumber, and she drew that logo on there. The lumber, the flag is red oak, and it's mine. It's kiln dried red oak. And I had a guy build that for me. A craft. He sells crafts all over, and he built that flag for me. And I traded him. There was some cherry involved, and a piece of walnut, and a piece of white oak. And I traded him that to have him build that flag for me. And so it was, I don't know, it was just when we were working on that co-op idea, it was get you thinking that you can trade your lumber or even like, taking a timber frame, house and trading it for, a forklift or whatever you guys need. You know what I mean? And no money changes hands, and that's what we were trying to work on that co-op. And so no money changed hands on that flag right there, except for I had to pay gas money all the way to New York to take it to $2 That's the only money that changed hands.
Yeah, but you had fun when you came up here. Don't deny it.
Oh no, we had a blast up there.
And you even got to go into the wood box, the wood shed.
I finally got some hardwood in their box.
He met Craig.
The sawmill has definitely brought a lot of good stuff our ways, and besides a little bit of money. Just the other day, we do a little private homeschool deal with the kids, and we was looking at having to send one of those to public school this year. It starts getting tight at times, and we our sawmill is actually gonna afford the tuition for him to go to school because one of the teachers there is doing a house and is going to need the lumber. So we're doing some wood trade off for him to go to school this year. It's a big thing.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think that's one of the things that people forget about the small sawmill. We don't all have to do, the money changing hands. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be all about that. Like the big sawmill company that's running 1,000 million board feet a day. It's got to be money. But the small guy can make his money just trading. And bartering still.
Absolutely.
And I think it's a big part of it that people overlook.
Yeah.
Yep. I love a good barter.
Yep.
Yeah, it used to be bartering is what made the world go round.
It did.
Yep. No. I'm trying to barter for a Ferrari, but nobody's buying so far. I guess. I guess I'll stick with the pickup truck. It's all right.
That'd be a lot of lumber.
You gotta start a little bit lower than that.
Is that right? Oh, all right. Sorry. Yeah.
Me personally, I'd rather have
skateboard for some cherry.
There you go.
Andy, how's the welding coming along? I heard through the grapevine that a grinder and paint help a lot.
That's what I told Paul. A grinder and paint make me the welder I ain't.
Yep.
Still, I did my first project. I welded the tabs back on the covers for the Ford 930A, the mower that you've got.
Right.
All those tabs were broken off, so I welded them all back on, and had to do a lot of grinding now.
Well, as you get better, the grinding will go away. You just use a lot of paint, and then sooner or later you won't even have to use a lot of paint.
I found that probably wasn't a great project to start with because those angles, I couldn't get the welder tip in there. So I was like, oh, this probably wasn't a great one to start with.
A professional grinder has more job opportunities in many fields
There you go.
than actually being a master at any of them.
So, Dan, on your templates, who's doing your metal work?
This is actually my cousin owns a metal fab shop, and for years I have busted his nut about making all my stuff for me. So these are things that we've had for years and stuff. But he does. I got him to commit to selling them to the guys that he wants, and he just makes them for me at cost.
Yep.
But If you went to buy that jig that I showed you commercially, that's a $3,500 to $4,500 jig. You know,
What? Holy cow!
Is it aluminum?
it is aluminum. It is aluminum.
Nice.
But when you see it work, though, I mean, you kind of get. I mean, it's ridiculous to think about
Yeah.
that kind of price. I mean, on a lot of things. But if you're doing big structures and you're doing
The production.
40, 50 joints like that, I mean, it makes pay. I mean, fast. It's fast.
I don't want to say I paid
for it.
$3,500 for mine either. I designed the thing. He made them. He gives them to me. But it cost him about $900 to make a set of those jigs.
I cry about a $25 saw blade.
Yeah, well, those don't last very long, though, really. So
We should make them out of steel so you just lose the router bit. But you make a mistake with that router, there goes your plate. So you have to change the plate.
Yeah.
You get real careful after you blow one up, and you got to get another one.
What's the shank on the router? A 1/2 inch or a 3/4?
What's that? The shanks? Everything I do is 3/4, just cutting through oak. Even if I'm using regular mortar spits, I mean, we're going to be cutting in 1 inch deep through oak. So you use those little 1/4 or 1/2 inch ones, buddy. You got to bend them.
What's a bit cost for that?
It's not bad. I mean, they make, hey, I can get you the bit for $500, or you can buy a whole bunch of them for $40.
Gotcha.
Honestly, I'll buy fruit bits. I buy some stuff off Amazon. I actually check out stuff all the time. You don't want to buy a $500 bit, hit your thing, lose the bit, lose your plate. I'm semi-cheap, I say.
You're responsible. You're responsible. Very responsible.
Okay, responsible.
I knew that with the bent nails that I would take out. Those were definitely responsible. Financial responsibility.
Well, nails got to be expensive, so we just went with pegs.
I've learned a lot. More than just carpentry.
Well, if you ever want to break down the price point, John Davison can help you out with that because he can break down the price point on just about anything.
They're just making fun of me.
No, we're not. No, we're not, John. No.
Shoot, everything on my channel is $5.
It is, but yeah, even if it's not,
even
the
if it's
default is
$100,
$5.
it's only $5.
Like, when'd you buy that thing? Like 40 years ago? $5.
The steaks have finally slowed down, Neil.
Oh, have they slowed down? It's
Finally slowed down.
Getting out of the growing season, I guess.
Yeah. We only had to cut 200 today.
No, that ain't too bad.
Tomato steaks?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Who's growing tomatoes now?
Well, we have contractors. We have contractors buying them. We have landscapers buying them, but they buy them in big quantities. They're hardwood. They're hardwood steaks, 4 and 6 foot long.
Yeah.
We started selling them this year, and
They're fence steaks.
Fence steaks.
What's that?
Neil goes, "Hey, you guys ought to sell some steaks," and I'm like, "Nah." And then Rick saw the video. "Hey, we should sell some steaks." I said, "Nah, there's no business in it." Almost 8,000 steaks later, guys.
Well, there you go.
Crazy, crazy.
Yeah, but that's in like 8 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Neil, they wanted 3 Timber King guys. You are on my list of Timber King guys. So sorry.
Hey, they made some money off of it.
Yeah,
they did.
They got a little busier than they wanted to, probably.
Oh, I know. Good deal.
And you see, next year may be a little more hectic.
Yeah, that or another project. I keep on telling him garden boxes.
There you go. There you go.
No, we tried that, Craig. No.
I know.
Don't even say that word, Craig.
We're not builders by no means. No.
You don't have to build them. Don't build them.
Was it last year? Last year things were slow.
Yes.
And I told Tim, I said, let's build a few garden boxes and see if we can sell them. And that turned into a nightmare.
Yeah, we built 4. They sat out by the road for 3 weeks?
Yeah, nobody wanted them.
Nobody wanted them, and then all of a sudden, bang, 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 bang. And that went on for 3 months?
And then we slapped a couple together real fast because we had a lady coming to pick them up, and we put the wood in the
Oopsie.
wrong spot. We ended up with diagonal boxes instead of square.
You charge extra
She
for the
took it.
diagonal ones?
Yeah, those are
Yeah,
custom
she took
custom.
it.
That's
Had to
custom
take
work.
them apart. Had to take them apart.
There you go. Art Deco.
That's it.
If we sold garden boxes, they'd want us to come by weekly and pull the weeds. We're not selling garden boxes.
Yeah,
You're right.
You're about right on that one.
I know.
I'm surprised these people don't want us to pound in these steaks for them.
You don't?
There's somebody.
No. No.
Something
Well-
wrong with us.
Are you
We
kidding
like
me? Jay, we don't even load it in their vehicles. Here, you bring people and load it yourself.
Wait a second. That's the kind of life I need. I do know what I'm up to, right? What I got to put up with out here. Oh.
Well, there's a story behind that. We were helping a lady, and she had an old Toyota truck, and we were loading 2x6s in it, weren't we, Tim?
No, they were
And
heavier than that. They're like 2x10s.
anyway, one of them slipped, and it hit the top of her tailgate, and it put a little dent.
no
in
fault,
it.
no fault of ours. She dropped it.
And she raised so much hell, she ended up getting the 2x whatever they were for free. See you later. Get out of here. Don't come back.
Yep.
Yeah, it was eight 2x10s.
Yep. That's the one rotten apple that spoils the bushel, right? So there you go.
Yeah. So we don't.
Her
load
first
vehicles,
question
but-
was, her first question was, "Do you have insurance?" No. Do you want some free wood?
That's that barter thing. See, you bought you a tailgate with wood.
Yeah, but we
Tailgate
did. But
you
we
didn't
didn't
need.
get the tailgate. We didn't get the tailgate. No, we got ripped off.
That's why we
Now
don't
we've-
load. We don't load
Yeah,
anything
we-
into a pickup truck. I tell
Like
people when you come
Do
pick
not
up your
load.
wood, bring a trailer. Well, I ain't
Do
got
not
nothing
load
for the truck. I
anything.
said, bring help to load it because you're going to load it. I done
Maybe
had
not-
it
We've
twice. I ain't handling it.
we've sawn 8 foot long, 8'6" long countertops out of hard maple, 3 inches thick, 19 inches wide, and they come to pick it up in a Prius
Yep.
Sounds about right. That sounds
or
about right.
Honda.
Why it won't strap to the roof?
Oh, you can.
Exactly.
I'll just
Well-
lift the tail. I'll just lift the hatch up and we'll slide it in. I'll put the seat down. Yeah, okay. It's up against the windshield. It's like, oh my God.
True. This is a true story. When I first got my mill, my first mill, my little mill, we were just cutting dimensional lumber. This lady come up and I had a cherry log out in the yard. She goes, "How much to slice that up into slabs?" I don't know. Let me call Rick. So Rick, he was nowhere to be found. I'm like, I don't know. I guess I can do it. $25 a board? Yeah, we'll take it. So I said, "Oh, wait right there." So I sliced it up for him as a whole log. It's probably 16-inch cherry log, 8 foot long. So I sliced it up for him. They handed me the money, and I said, "Are you going to come back and get it?" "Oh, no. They had a Toyota Camry, a 4-door. They stuck it. They opened the 2 back windows and stuck it out like airplane wings. They took off down the road. Took off down the road with a whole log sticking out of their car. Either
I
side.
had a guy
Either side. Yep.
I had a guy come by
True
one
story.
day going to get 20 or 30 boards, and he showed up in an SUV with his wife and 2 kids, and he's going to shove it between the back seats with his kids. I said, "No, you're not." I said,
Yeah.
"You take your butt home and come back with your pickup truck."
Yep.
I might even leave. I said, "I am not putting it in the back of that car with your 2 kids."
Yeah.
One corner is all it takes, and you got one less kid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, all of our stakes are hardwood. They're all sharpened. And we had a lady come up and she wanted to buy, I forgot, 150, 200 stakes. It was a small SUV. We started stacking them in there. She's putting them in point first. I'm like, no. Turn them around. We want the point to stick backwards. Why? It's because if you hit something, you got like 150 spears coming towards you through that seat.
Yeah.
Oh, I've had them put them in a car and laid up on the dash in the windshield.
Yeah, we've had that.
Turn my head. Bye. You know?
You make it out the driveway, it's no longer my problem.
That's right. That's
Well,
why we don't
guys-
sell anything.
That's right.
That's one of the reasons we don't sell anything.
I thought we had to load it.
Yeah, no.
Now
not-
I'm just rethinking our plan. Now we're not loading.
I come at him with the track loader and have second thought, especially trying to squeeze it into a Prius. Yeah.
George, George from Middlefield wants to know how much you sell your steaks for. He's looking for a few thousand.
He wants to
Yeah,
drive to New York. Well, more than like, we will cut them for him. We'll be happy to.
You see that, George? You got friends.
Yeah.
How much do you sell it? How much do you sell a tomato steak for?
We get $2 for a 6-foot steak and $1.50 for a 4-foot steak and 1 1/4 by 1 1/4.
That's a timber frame peg. That's all.
Hardwood. Yep.
George, just don't bring your Prius.
The guys that buy
Well, we
mine,
did-
they
we
buy, the guys that buy mine, they buy them in bulk. I think 20,000 I cut this spring, and 1.8 by 1.8 and 50 inches is what they wanted them.
$10 a piece.
No, 50 cents a piece.
50 cents.
50 cents.
No, 50 cents a board. It's I forget what
What's
it's
a
called.
Okay, that's a little better.
1 1/4.
Yeah, 50 cents. 50. It does all right.
Well, Rick told you ours came out to something like $4.50 a board foot.
Yeah.
Stupid money. Stupid money.
It's a lot of
All right,
cutting.
guys.
It is.
We've come up on the 10:30 mark. Anybody got any last thoughts before we shut this down?
Well, I would like to say, everybody out here, thanks for stopping by. But check out, what is it, Rick?
Sawmillsandlumber.com. Sawmills.
That's
Sawmillsandlumber.com.
you can list your mills on there, kilns. There's all kinds of stuff that you can list. Not necessarily for a sawmill business, but just to have your sawmill in that directory. There's several people up there. It's kind of like what Woodmiser does with their new folks. But check it out because you guys, put your stuff in there. People are always wondering where sawmills are close to them.
It's absolutely free to list your sawmill, and we're hoping to go public with it so that the public can find sawmills and sawmill services. And if you sell logs or buy logs, same thing.
You can list your YouTube channel on there if you have one. You can list your Facebook page on there if you have one of those. So
Put
it's
pictures.
it's a
You
marketing.
can put your
Yep.
Google
It's a marketing
business
tool.
page, whatever. Yep.
It's a great idea, and we're hoping to get this off the ground in a big way.
It just takes a little time. I signed up for mine the other day, and it's still in the approval process.
Yep.
Good.
Go in, fill out what you're going to do, and their email address.
Did you send a picture with it, Eric?
I had to sign up first. It hadn't let me in yet. It still says it.
I was just saying if you send a picture, it might delay it just a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, Dan and Jay, thank you for coming on tonight. We had a blast. You guys
We
are
appreciate you guys inviting us. We
you
had a
guys
blast.
are a
too.
wealth of knowledge. I can't believe all the stuff that you guys know, but that was crazy tonight. Guys, thank you very much.
Thanks for having
We
us.
appreciate it.
Thanks for everybody for listening in too.
Yep. Thanks for all my guys that stopped by, commented. I'm sorry I couldn't get to you, but they were rolling through pretty quick.
Yeah, we had
we
a
got
bunch
the
of
most of
comments
them.
tonight.
We
Yeah,
appreciate
You
you
do
all.
the best that you can.
John was in there quite a bit, and thanks for wanting to have him on sometime soon. Maybe he was in a golf lodge surgery. He said,
He's still with us.
"Very
So
good."
tell him, Johnny, get out of bed and get on TV. Holy smokes. Third Saturday of every month. I mean, there's 12 of them a year.
He wants to be the third guy anyway, so we have
Yeah.
to change logos and stuff. Though I'm like, I'm not sure how that's gonna work.
I love how smooth Dan is. Hey, Jay!
There's no
I love
smooth.
it. I love watching your videos. I do. I really do.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
buddy.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.
Well, you can
All right,
tell
everybody.
you guys
Well, we
are
appreciate
on
you
it.
stopping by. What's that, Craig?
that?
I just was saying that you guys, I watch these guys' videos, and you can tell they're
We just had a
hands-on,
mouse
they
run
know
over
they're-
our cat.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry, we got distracted. Sorry, we got distracted. Right over my cat. It's like, what the hell?
All those kind words, and they got mice going all over.
Oh,
the cat is literally right there.
Your
That's
cat
one
don't
heck of a
will.
cat.
That cat won't hunt.
You need to upgrade cats.
Garden, a lumber yard.
Good job, Sawdust. Good job.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Stick with us for just a minute after we shut this down, and we'll bring you back on just to visit for a minute.
Okay.
You
All
got
right,
it.
everybody
Thanks,
that
guys.
joined us
Appreciate
tonight.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank
We
you
had
very
fun.
much. Have
Great
a good
show, guys.
weekend.
Good night, everybody.
and
Good night.
Till the
Nice to
next
meet you
one,
all.
we will catch you later.
Bye-bye now. We want to thank everybody for stopping by the show tonight. And remember, it's the third Saturday of every month that we all gather and are on the show. See you later, guys.